Go ahead.
All right. Who wants to recap last session?
Not
Or
I.
shall I? Right.
What happened last session?
We dealt with ghosts.
Yes.
Explored an area. Solved mysteries. Did not have a canine companion. We then headed back to town, presented our evidence. We also had lunch. Met with various people, spent time around the house, and are now preparing to head off to the next adventure.
Yeah.
We met Grayson's mother.
We did.
Yes, for brunch. And got
Indeed.
yelled at by people. Yeah, I think that was everything.
We also
All right.
discovered more fishy stuff at the Chime Works.
Yep. I was not happy.
More of the same.
So yes, what are we hitting up first? Are we going to see if the chemics is, actually somebody will open the door if we knock this time, or do we just want to go straight to the witness?
All right. So basically, yeah, you heard about Carl, assistant who survived the burning of the sanctuary, and also things are getting a bit heated, and there is there was already a kind of mob before the courthouse when you.
Mm-hmm. So probably should we do chemics or the witness?
I think we were also left at a kind of quandary of whether, is what's going on in the Chemics illegal or not? Yeah, they have all these
Mongrel men.
mongrel men, but is that considered immoral or something that would raise the ire of the authorities?
Particularly in a city where they publicly burn criminals as part of a festival in their giant wicker man.
So would we know if this is something naughty that needs to be investigated, or is it just...
Is he rich enough for this not to matter?
I think the patchwork pup is likely something more to draw the ire.
But then how do we bring attention to that patchwork pup in any non-criminal way that does not involve breaking and entering or hauling the thing out on a rope?
Indeed.
I mean, they're connected to the tools, right? That's where we're trying to get there?
Yeah, the tools that were involved with grave robbing.
Oh, that was the first day. I mean, should we just focus on this third day first and then try to come back for it?
Well, when you say it was the first day, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we are allowed to present new evidence about that day on the third day. But we probably should have a plan for the actual accusations of the sanctuary.
I mean, our next lead is a blind witness and an asylum that has burned down or is abandoned, one of those two?
Burned down. And then abandoned, of course, because it was burned down.
Yeah.
Environment. The sanctuary is here, much closer than either Morris or Hagstag, actually. So you should be able to get there and be back in the evening with not much issue.
Well, might as well speak with Carl then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck you, P.O. Burn to the ground! Burn to the ground!
Do you actually know why it did that?
Yeah. Fucking hate it.
Okay, why?
Because English does not translate as well to the Japanese when you get fucking dialogue.
No. It's because they thought to give all of his clones also voice lines and to play them all at the same time.
Problem is, he did it himself for every animation, too.
Yep.
But yeah, we should probably talk to Carl first. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where if you hear it in Japanese, it doesn't sound as obnoxious. The moment you put it in the English, oh boy. Then, of course, there was the... can't remember Boar's name now, it was also stupid. But his one of saying, "You punk!" so constantly and weirdly it changed into, "You chunk! Put chunk!" He just kept on saying it every fucking rev and turn. It was horrific.
Alright. You do arrive at a small cottage near the river. And you do actually see someone sitting in front of it with a fishing rod in the water.
I remember now. This shouldn't really need saying all, but obviously, do not ask him, what did he see? Just say, what did he witness? What's his story on the events?
Do we know if he did lose his sight during the attack? Or whatever?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You can see
That's
it here
the
now,
Find
but
out
I
when he
don't
lost
want
his sight.
Well, I wouldn't want to
You-
remind him of it.
Yeah. The fire was the thing that.
Yeah, this guy might just be full of shit. We'll see.
Oh, Johnny, you're walking in with an open mind, I see. Not you, the other Johnny. I can
That guy
see-
hates blind people.
Why?
I don't know.
Why am I asking?
Only because I can see through his eyes. It's a weird thing.
Shouldn't bother asking, I really shouldn't.
You have hope.
Should know better than that.
I do, I have so much. Look at him. There is hope here, there's potential. I think. I'm thinking less of it each time he says. Anyway. Hello there, how you doing? How's about you? Is it yourself now?
The man looks up in surprise and turns around, and you can actually see he has. It's not pretty what happened to his face, and you can clearly see his eyes are ruined, milky white, what's left of them.
We've seen the art style of this module. He's probably ugly to begin with anyway.
He actually doesn't have a.
I'm just saying, in comparison to the Goblin Priest and such, he was probably an uggo to begin with. There's a wee group of us here. I myself am a fine bard, Kelmorn Hessel, and my compatriots here, we're all involved in the current trial of the beast, and we'd like to get your side directly from you, of what you witnessed up at the Sanctuary.
Well, of course. Just give me a moment.
Please take your time.
He sets the fishing rod to the side and makes his way back to the cottage. Come in.
Alright, there are a fair few of us here, so we'll try to take up too much space.
I do gotta ask, is it good fishing
Well.
today?
Quite so. You can see for yourself.
I might
He
take up my rod and
points-
move after this.
He points roughly at the direction of the fishing rod and to him.
Johnny, too,
Which
just
already
takes his
contains-
equipment. He moves silently after all.
Yeah, it already has 4 sizable fish inside.
Oh, impressive. Good man.
Indeed. Well, come in.
Hey, of
Take a
course.
seat, please. And he leads you to a table. There's a lot of feeling around, but he clearly knows his way around the house. And puts a bread basket and a bottle of wine on the table.
Oh, cheers,
Please.
muchly. Should probably add to this, actually. Let's have a look here. There's a lot of clinking and jingling from his bag. Puts out a fresh bottle of red. There we go, just so we don't go dry, you know.
I assume you're putting it down on the table so he can actually hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, bottle of your... Well, appreciate it.
It's about 4 decades old, it's nice and cheeky. So, we are probably going to be picking through the rubble up there as well, but we're hoping, if you're up for it, if you could tell us your own side of it directly before we go over the court case tomorrow.
Let me take a sip first.
Aye. Just because
And
on
he
our last two
reaches for a
excursions,
glass.
on our last two excursions
Okay,
we've
he
had
reaches for a glass of.
quite a lot of evidence to doubt the validity of the beast himself being the actual culprit. In one case, there was a large figure carrying around bodies, and it might also be the same figure that was mentioned to us in the court notes, as opposed to the second one where apparently the beast had no involvement whatsoever. It was this horrific ghost creature that we wound up defeating.
Well, that's interesting. Haven't heard much about this. Well, except when the prosecution came to me, asked me a couple questions. But couldn't really tell if the thing they caught is the beast, but from the description it does sound like it. Big hulking thing.
Large hulking thing,
Lots of muscles.
lot of stitch work on him, aye.
Yeah, pretty ugly.
Well, I'd be more polite in that sense. I'd say less finely formed than the usual face.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But as I'm saying, there's also the issue of the large hulking figure of round about same physique apparently that was seen up in the swamps. But it would have had a massive scar on it from Bloodgate Gariel getting a hold of it, or Blood Cayman, sorry. In the case of the beast himself, he does not have any scarring of that there nature, and apparently doesn't even know he was in the swamp or not. So we're just thinking there might be. I mean, he's obviously a created being, like he's a flesh golem. He's been pieced together by magic. Not unreasonable to think that a second creature like him might be stomping about, potentially. And admittedly, Asylum does seem like a place where something like that could have been made.
Not so sure about that.
Well, in the terms of a fanciful tale of horror and bizarreness,
Nah, I knew Dr. Brada. He was a good one. He tried to help people, not stitch together some weird beasts. To be honest, I even didn't see it all that well. Got into the room, but their fire was already blazing. Wanted to save Brada, but well,
So
the fire got me in the face, and I just barely managed to stumble out.
So, for all fairness, is a case of when you glimpsed the beast potentially, there was a lot of fire, smoke, horrible like searing to the eyeballs and such going on at the time. Like, wasn't exactly
Yes.
a clear view.
Well, I do have a somewhat vivid memory of it, but not
Nope.
really too many of the details. Like a bite scar at the shoulder. Wouldn't really know that much.
Well, as I'm saying,
Looking past.
our client himself does not have that. But the one in the swamp did earn one. So this could have been the secondary creature that we're still on the hunt for in a way.
Could be.
Not sure what we'd find up at the place, but we might as well pick through it, I suppose. And Dr. Brad, so nice chap.
Well, how you like the wine?
That's quite nice, eh? Could definitely see myself finishing most of this bottle if I were alone. As it is, I'll just take a few wee nice sips.
Yeah, I know that feeling. But people are nice enough to bring me one occasionally.
That's good,
In exchange for all the fish I catch.
Nice.
I mean, Johnny here, he's a dwarven chap you spoke to a moment ago. He's a nice, keen angler.
Got a magic fishing rod and everything.
Not seen a whole lot been brought back, to be honest.
Magic one. What's so
But-
magic about it?
It's just small, but it gets bigger when you need it to.
That sounds fancy. Does it catch magical fish too?
Well, it tastes real good, so I guess. I mean, depends on your definition.
I mean, one did say he was going to grant us a wish, but we stuck a knife in him right away, keep him fresh, you know?
I wished for a good meal. I think I got what I wanted.
Well, I wouldn't trust talking fish anyway. Who knows? They might curse you.
Worth considering. Maybe that's the true beast. Talking fish.
Well, there are always some really big one out there, too.
In this river.
Oh, yes. Lost more than one fishing rod to them. You know, the kind that get twice the size of a man?
Oh, that's a good meal. One of the best meals, I'm sure. I'm gonna have to try to catch that after this is all over.
Do remind me not to
Well-
go swimming in that water.
Well, good luck.
You're
Well,
right.
thank you. Maybe I'll come back and ask you for some tips. We'll see.
See a big fish at tabletop.
Catfish.
Yeah. You can't really catch that with a fishing rod.
But I do have an extra hand. Actually, two. Johnny may not be able to, but Johnny
Yeah.
can.
So, anything else you want?
No, that was helpful enough out there. Thanks very much for your consideration.
Yeah. Might come back to verify if we find anything, crazy up there. But
And maybe
otherwise,
if
have a good day.
maybe we finally get a
Yeah,
wee.
you too.
Maybe we finally get
Come
a wee
back
break.
anytime. Want a fish? He offers you a fish.
Oh. I mean, you guys want some sashimi? I can do it as we walk, I guess. That wouldn't be dangerous at all. He pulls out her knife.
I was interrupted.
We could wait until we have a little campfire going, aye? Maybe
You can
take
eat
it
her
to a
off.
wee eatery where we'll have a grill. As
But I
opposed
have
to
this lime. It would work perfectly.
as opposed to chopping it up in the hand while walking through the streets.
You can't say you've never done it.
I have definitely done it.
Ilfrin
That's
has
why I'm
the
suggesting it.
WTF look.
I have definitely done it. That's why I'm suggesting a different course of action.
Nah, okay. You know what? I'll take you up on it, but reverse. I'll come back with a fish for you after we sort this whole trial out. How about that?
Sounds good to me. Also, don't forget some wine.
Oh, I couldn't.
I could. I'll
I
trade
mean, I
you.
couldn't forget.
Let's see here. Let's take a look at the label here. All right. So this one's got a lovely little picture of flower and thing. I'll see if I've got someone that matches. There we go. Yes, this one's opposite color, but fair enough on the design. I think the taste will be a nice little change of pace. There you go. Wine for a
Well,
wine.
sounds good. We can try it together next time you come around.
Aye, hopefully we'll have a bit more free time soon enough.
Well, spend most of my time fishing these days. Profitable enough. And I can just feel it when something bites.
Who knows? Maybe John will be able to catch Ilfrin when he's swimming through here in the skies.
No, that'd be a twist. Never caught a trout
no,
before.
I'm officially not swimming in that lake after I hear man-sized fish. I don't need to end up eaten by a fish as a fish.
What can you turn into, a minnow or something? Is that what you're capable of?
I can do. Oh, I can turn into a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
Yeah.
Right, let's we'll head off. We've got some things to check out quickly enough, but Johnny will certainly be back.
Fishing is fun.
Exactly.
He
You
was
can
in a
count
book
on
one
his
time.
company. And we take our leave.
Yeah.
All right.
Are we Are we going to be hitting up the chemic works or just straight to the thing?
Well, as Mr. Pog was surmising, do we have a legal way to explore it? Do we have anything
We could
that
ask one of
would
the
give us
lawyers.
credence for taking the guard with us, for example?
Would this be something we could go to the one who charged us to investigate this to say, by the way, is this something we should report?
We have just
That sounds like a great idea. Let's find out if everything they're doing is completely above board.
Aye. Plus, as we've just found out there, what he saw, I mean, it's not really related to the chemical works yet, but what he saw was a hulking figure with a big scar on their shoulder, as if it were bitten by a blood caiman, and that big hulking figure might be the servant or the owner of those tools. So that's two sites of crime with a connection to the chemical works.
He didn't say he saw the thing with the scar. He saw a scar. He just saw he saw a big ugly thing. Couldn't really say if there was a scar on, because it was just in general so misshapen before.
Well, that didn't come through the mic. It sounded like he did see a scar.
No, he didn't.
All right, sorry
I
about
heard-
that.
All right. Well, never mind then. Let's go follow up on if we can check inside the chemic works.
All right. You go.
Well, we are going to judge Dermot to speak and find out if the chemic work is something. Is this whole, undead Stitch Wraith dog thing a problem legally? And is the potential for slave labor a problem?
All right. To Judge Daramid, go.
Then they just say, "Do we see a problem with the economic opportunity of slave labor? Let us confer." Uh-oh. It's a bad initial sign.
I will also say you're all coming from a surprisingly modern society, apparently.
No, in Kelmore's case, he comes from the woods and farming communities where it's much simpler, that's all. So, they don't do the slavery thing because usually just as many people as there is the work.
I've done the slavery thing.
Yeah.
Don't recommend it.
He comes from a culture of heavy slavery.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it.
And Johnny was a slave. To the previous Johnny
very well paid
before
one.
No, to the previous Johnny before he became a real boy.
Ah, yes. The cycle of life.
Johnny too, waiting for his opportunity.
Yeah, I was basically saying this whole thing isn't too unusual, I'd say, in this area in particular, that it is a bit dark Middle Ages, kind of.
Wait, so slavery is normal?
Not normal, but...
Remember, we
Is
don't
it
know.
legal?
We don't know the Pathfinder world.
In
Yeah.
some places. Not
Well, the question
particularly
is-
everyone. This one, not. I don't think it would be in this area, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's mostly what I'm wondering is like the areas that we're in. I mean, it makes sense in some areas, but my question is like this is supposed to be, a bigger city. Why are we, dealing with this? Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's this in this city in general it would probably be actually forbidden as well. Outlawed. I don't think there's actually a specific point about whether or not slavery is allowed or outlawed in this region. Necromancy definitely is, though. It mostly has to do because there has been a case of a lich tyrant around 800 years ago who tried to turn everyone into undead. So there is a kind of a prejudice there against necromancy and undead and such.
Most people have a prejudice against undead and necromancy.
Yes, but this one in particular, because the Whispering Tyrant was an asshole. But yeah, you arrive at Judge Daramid's house, and as you presumably knock, Kendra opens you up. Ah. Oh.
Hello, Kendra.
Hello. Trial this day went good, I'd
Yes,
say. Well, the people don't really agree, but, well...
we have a little bit of a question. Namely, apparently none of us here are very familiar with the laws here. We need to verify if something is actually legal or not.
Oh, maybe if it's not too specific, I can...
Mostly we're questioning, is a patchwork dog that has been sewn together out of other bits of dog legal?
That sounds a bit strange. Is it a zombie of sorts? Does
I'm
it try
not
to
sure.
kill people?
I'm not sure on any of them. I wasn't going to find out. I left. I left it where I found it.
I see. So it was docile? Because I know there are some sort of flesh things that are more magically reanimated, not by the spirits of the dead or souls, or some tormented soul, but rather by some sort of magic, more like a golem.
See, that's the thing, is it could be a golem, but also I was not going to stand around and find out about it. That's why I was curious. Is this something that is investigatable or not? Not to mention, we also have a question of all right. Does anybody want to explain the very lovely situation when what's going on in the Chemic Works?
You're the only one who was there.
Right. Well, needless to say, there's a bunch of individuals working in the Chemic Works that seem to be living and working in there. A bunch of mongrel men specifically. Is this a known fact? Like, are other people aware of this?
She looks at you in utter confusion as you say, mongrel man. A bunch of what now?
He just gives a rough description of what he's talking
Not
about.
too dissimilar from your misshapen peasants.
I give her a rough description.
That sounds strange, mutated, kind of.
Apparently they're a thing. Sybil mentioned, anyways. So they're living and working there. Apparently they're living in the stable, which kind of set off my alarm bells a little bit. And quite clearly, the environment they're working in isn't great because they seem to have multiple burns over, whatever vats of acid they've been working in. And I'm having questions if they're workers and paid, or they're workers and not allowed to leave.
I suppose you would have to ask them that. I mean, I would not be surprised to see chemical burns on workers in a chemical workshop.
I'm not either, but at the same time, it didn't seem like they were particularly well treated, and I had questions. Is that something that's investigatable, or is that something where it's like, just leave it alone?
I mean, you can find some. I suspect if you would tell the guards, they would just knock at the door and ask nicely. Unless you find some clear reason that this needs to be investigated further.
I'd say the Stitch Dog would be a prime candidate for investigation.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine so, yes. Then again, at the moment, the guards are also kind of busy. For the most part. Might be difficult to get. But, well, you try. Okay?
I suppose. I guess let's
I mean,
try to.
It is at least worth a shot, I'd say.
Okay.
But anyway, how have you been doing with all of the screaming from the people here? Can't be
Oh, I
easy
can.
to defend the beast. This under this.
I look at Kelmorn. Have you just been ignoring it? I've just been ignoring it.
I've been ignoring what?
The screaming from all the people who are mad that we're defending the beast.
I think he knows what you were talking about. I don't know.
I don't give a fucking shit about the slightest opinion those people might have. They're bloodthirsty fucking psychopaths.
But actually, yeah, Judge,
Them
you're
and
the
their ilk
expert.
and
You think they're going to be a problem? Are they going to riot?
Them and their ilk can fuck themselves into an ever-winding circle of bloodlines that eventually gets snuffed out by a common cold. Fuck them.
And Grayson's just making this face like, oh god, he's not far off from the truth. He knows.
Oh, this does remind me. Since we're going to be going off, Kendra, would you mind babysitting Belay for me? I probably shouldn't be taking her halfway across the countryside.
Well, certainly do that. Come here. He picks up a chirping chick.
Aye, bird
That's your
shouldn't.
fire chicken, isn't it?
Aye, bird shouldn't be travelling. Has he just given this look of what the fuck to Johnny and Sybil and such? Certainly, that's an exhaustive trip for a bird.
A baby bird.
Baby
She's supposed to
firebird.
be in a nest. Yes.
In a nent?
She's supposed to be in her nest.
There we go. But you took her out of it.
Well, yeah, we had to. Otherwise, she was going to. Point is, I just would prefer that she is watched. Thank you.
She will be fine.
Just make sure to give her some kindling with her lunch.
Yeah. She cradles the baby bird to her chest.
She likes it when the world immolates around her.
No. She is a good little bird.
She is so far.
Scratches the head.
You didn't tell her what the nest looked like, did you?
Yeah, I did. And she was there when we hatched her.
Scorched
Yes, but
stonework. Almost fused together. It was fascinating to think the temperatures that would take.
Well, yeah, that was
I have an
the
example
mama
right here.
bird.
well, she hasn't set anything on fire yet. Except Johnny.
I would like to point out, theoretically, she could. I just don't know when she's going to learn how to do that yet. It probably won't be a big fire, just like small little poof, poof.
Yes, I've seen this. She kind of almost tried the weasel at some point.
What would you claim on your
These-
weasel insurance if the bird blew it up, Grayson?
He just looks at you like, Weasel Insurance, you're serious, aren't you?
I
Oh
mean,
god,
I
he's
think-
serious.
you spent so
think he
much
would
money. I'm not the one
try-
who's wrong.
It's not insurance, it's a spell.
I
They must have
suspect
spell
he would-
insurance.
Look, just think of it as, are you familiar with toll booth turnpikes? It's really expensive to get from the Feywild to here, okay? Just, that's the easiest way I can explain it, alright?
Gotta get a company wagon.
That was
And now
an
he's
interesting
probably just
experience.
thinking, how can we circumvent the Feywild and their damn tolls?
So, anyway, Sybil, I see Nevia has given you some new toys to play with. How are they doing?
Oh, they're doing quite well, thank you. Just a little bit of testing here and there.
Are they working better than the armor thing?
They work in conjunction a little bit, but each provides different benefits. I, yeah,
Wow,
re-
that's
well,
nice.
her work greatly outstrips my own, but still.
Well, it's a group project as far as I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sure you'll come up other things to do with it.
I hope to, at least when time permits.
But, yeah. Well, where are you going next?
Not entirely sure.
I guess we should probably check out the crime scene. That's probably our best bet.
Well, I mean, when we originally came here, we got a little distracted with the trial and such. We could probably go
Oh.
and take a look in the university once all the trouble is done and maybe get some information.
Oh! No, I meant today, but yes, of course. Once the Push the Beast is over, I do hope we get more time. Also to let the mood of the people here cool down a bit.
And to hopefully see more smiles and less holding torches.
Yes, it would be good.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's not always like this. We've been here long
No,
enough.
no, it's not. But it's certainly what is happening nowadays. Or well, at least during the festival this year.
Yes, I think you're studied enough to know that these kind of things, mob justice and everything, happens all too easily. Even among educated people, times. I'm sure it will go back to be more peaceful once it's resolved.
Mm-hmm.
The beast is gone, whether or not the judges find it guilty. Because I don't believe it would want to stay here, even when it will be left to go, because I'm pretty sure some way to prove it done any of this. You've done great these past 2 days so far.
Well, I guess have to see what everyone else thinks as well about trying to find the beast a place to stay.
First, you'll have to actually make sure it does stay free.
Yeah, and that it has not committed the crimes.
But, well, you and I, we all I've seen it talk and act. Doesn't seem like a killer to me.
No. I do not. I really don't believe it has, but at the same time, it's not what we think, it's what we can convince others to think.
True enough. Well, I shan't keep you any.
We'll hopefully be back in a short order.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so too. Be well. She carried the little phoenix off. Probably to put it into the oven. Yes. What do you do next?
Well, we set off for Sanctuary.
Yep.
Because we've still got no legal reason to go after the Chemic Works, despite the evil stitched together dog, and the guard apparently won't care.
I mean, the guard would probably just go there.
You cut out completely.
All right.
The guard would probably go there, but that doesn't necessarily help us right now because we want to investigate in there.
Yeah.
I mean, they can knock just
And-
like we can. I mean, we could try knocking again ourselves.
And if it turns out that the undead dog is not actually undead and a construct, then it would be fine, and the guard would have no real further reason to inquire further. Most likely.
Aye, and that also means that we'd be committing many crimes, numerous ones in fact.
I think I might have committed a couple of them myself.
Aye, but no one's caught you yet. Whereas, having a throwdown with a stitched together dog on the property of some rich person probably will be a notable crime in some regard. Maybe an alarm spell or something.
Destruction of property, probably.
Oh yeah, destruction of property in a few places. But I'm saying there might be an alarm spell or two that might set things off.
True.
Generally won't be able to just completely avoid committing a crime, and several of the people here in the group live here. They don't want to be known as criminals.
Or do
Yeah.
they?
I mean, technically the law and everything here is a bit fishier. And if you could prove that the guy is a criminal after killing him, or is a murderer after killing him, then it would probably fly.
That doesn't
If
fill me with hope.
If you did it because the guy was a murderer, but you didn't have any proof, like if you break into someone's house because you know, because you saw him drag a corpse inside or something like that, and he actually starts eating the corpse after killing it, or the person who was the corpse, and kill the cannibal, and report it to the guards, then it would be fine that you killed a man because it was clearly an evil cannibal.
Oh, let's get going. Let's find out what's going on up here.
All right. Wait, this is wrong.
Wrong one.
Nope. This. So the carb aisle, but what's the right word for it? Sally? Peninsula. A piece of land that sticks out into the water, but is actually connected to land.
Yeah. Peninsula, yeah.
But yes, you do arrive at the ruins. There are a bunch of there's a lot of charred wood and stone, and you do also see a total of 12 graves along the road over here. And plants have also already started to grow over the remains. Yeah, it's pretty much just a ruin. At least from this position.
I guess we should get closer. Who wants to lead the way? Grayson?
Hey, Johnny, hit my shoulder. Come on.
All right, and I'll put the other Johnny just ahead of us.
How heavy is Johnny?
Big.
Dwarf, so quite a bit.
He's made of rocks and stone.
For Carl!
Well, I can see we can glean a lot of clues here. Place is just overflowing with evidence.
I mean, at the moment you're just standing outside.
He's looking at the rubble. He's looking at the fact it is a wrecked, burned down hole.
Yeah.
Can I see anything that seems to stand out?
Ilfrin, lovely to see you. The fuck are you doing up front? Get back there.
From
Is there
There we
anything I
go.
can see from a step back? Yes.
From out here, not much. You could go inside the piles of thing.
Right, Ilfrin,
Think
stay
we're
where you
gonna
are for a
have-
second. Hang on one wee mo here. And he just blasts one loud note. You lot! Come on!
Wish other Johnny could read.
It echoes over the lake.
He's just looking to the rest of the party who are up in the corner.
Come on, Grayson.
And there's a faint other place from
Yeah.
some fisherman. Shut up! You're driving the fish away!
No.
No, that actually sounds like a regular fisher from a piece of coast
He gets a higher
very
note.
far away.
Alright, suppose we can just push on in, aye?
These graves have any actual markings on them?
Yeah, there are some names on there, and all of the dates are around 4 months ago, and all at the same time. Presume those are the people that died.
At the least, you can assume dead people are under there.
We could do our own grave robbing.
No.
Any of them disturbed before you put your hands on them? It's a question, Johnny.
I can look.
You can. Do so. With
Go ahead
your
and check
own
out.
eyes.
I mean, at this point, there has some grass and such grown over them, so they haven't been disturbed, at least recently. So,
Let's probably not dig these up.
It's a statement he said. He didn't think about it. It just went right out of his mouth.
Not gonna do any grave robbing. That's good, right? Good person people things do that.
It's a good person thing to never even consider grave robbing, even as an adventure.
Well, this is also investigation.
Wilfred.
Not robbing.
Yes?
Back.
I think it's funny.
It's not. It's taking the fucking piss. Come on, Johnny. You and me. Through the rubber. Come on.
I'll take this entrance over here. This looks like I can get through.
I mean, it's just awkward footing, but it seems alright to traverse.
Not bad. Alright.
Alright. You're all standing knee deep in rubble, which is considered difficult terrain.
Yep.
My full movement. I've done it.
So, what are you doing now that you're standing in the rubble?
I want to investigate the rubble and see if there's anything we can find in it.
I'll
Dig
lend him a
something
hand,
up.
in case he puts his hand somewhere.
Not there. Not there. Bad touch.
Careful, look out for needles.
Good
They might
check.
still be around here.
Grayson, you haven't been told yet, but your elbow is a perfectly fine place to touch.
No, get your hands off my weenus.
Oh, so the people in this area give me perception checks. Investigation and
Not bad at investigating, but okay at perceiving.
Oh, that was
I'm
10.
going
That was
to
you rolled that,
one-up
not Johnny,
Yale.
doesn't count?
What were we saying, Pan?
I was just joking. I rolls as the wrong person in chat.
I also apparently suck at investigating. I'm supposed to be. I didn't even say I'm supposed to be good at that. Come on, game.
Let's look for clues.
I swear, I'm rolling d10s. How do I upgrade to d20s?
You don't.
You actually have to buy a D30, then it'll work like a D20.
It's not for sidekicks.
Albert.
I have a weird guy. I think I have like a d60 or something somewhere. Can I use that?
Just put you down in that hole there.
Yeah, what
So
the
that
hell,
is-
man?
there is 11 on
20,
investigation.
roll 20, please.
14 on investigation.
Well, let's see what mood it's in.
I'm gonna go to the eye of the wreckage. Hopefully nothing bad will happen.
It's a lot of 20s.
Yeah, it looks kind of fair, actually. There's not a whole lot of, well, it's not too many below 10s in general. It is kind of hovering around the middle.
Mostly above 5 at least.
Hmm.
Sad that that's considered an accomplishment for us.
There's
It's mostly above 5.
a lot of 20s, so that's quite nice. Chamber.
Oh.
I don't think
yeah,
I've
you wasted
gotten
them
an
all.
investigation
Congratulations.
for Pan yet.
I'll provide
You
you
want
assistance.
investigation and perception?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
provide you
Yes.
assistance, Johnny.
I will look around for rocks.
And a bardic inspiration.
Oh, that might make the difference.
Yeah.
Is it D8 now or is it still a D6?
I'm up to D8 now, yeah.
The music. Yes.
Hey.
As I calmly
Alright.
assist him by saying, not there, there.
Oh, I'll just flip this
No, you
over.
already
Oh,
checked
I got so
that
many
one.
bugs.
Right, Johnny, you find a box, a metal box. It was probably in a better shape at some point, but there is actually a metal strong box, kind of bent, and dented, and warped. You can pull out from under the rubble. Also, Jeffries goes over there, looks in that direction. I see a hole over there.
Basement, perhaps.
So we're throwing Johnny down a hole, are we?
It's worked before.
Wait, which Johnny?
Does it matter?
It really, yeah, they're kind of interchangeable, literally. Oh, should we look at the box or the hole first? What do you guys want to check?
Mm. How about while you're opening the box, we continue searching the rubble and then we go down the hole?
What's your rush? We could just open a box and all observe the contents. It's easy enough, as opposed to splitting ourselves down between who's looking at an unboxing video and who's going down a hole.
It's full of gold.
Jeff,
an
get your selfie
unboxing
stick.
video?
We're opening a box.
No, come on. If anyone has a selfie stick, it'll be Sybil. She's an artificer.
Hey, what's up, guys? Don't forget to like and subscribe on the video and leave a comment below.
Broadcasting live on Twitch. I mean, which?
See, now you're gonna do that. You're gonna basically create a VTuber artificer.
No, come on. If anyone is a VTuber, that's Johnny. He's literally got a projection of himself.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, it could be Pog. He is the manager, and he is, of course, drawing souls and forcing them into this role to perform for his people.
And he takes 80% of the revenue, of course.
100%. They get exposure. They get their name out there, so long as it's Jeff. He has changed the actor many times, but always it is the one VTuber of Jeff.
Very in character for Nil. But yes, who tries to open the box?
Let's have the completely artificial construct that can't die do it.
Yeah.
Sounds fair.
Okay, Johnny, go for it.
Okay.
Give me a strength check.
Back in a second.
Well, can fake Johnny open the box?
You can punch it. That's about it. I mean, that might work.
Well,
Well,
wants to try, give me a strength check.
There you go.
Nope.
Wow.
I'll hold it
That's-
still. Let him try it again.
Does the box have a lock on it?
Yes, but it is clearly ruined.
So it can't be opened magically, is what you're saying?
Can I mend the lock?
Yeah, you mend it, I knock it, it opens up. Let's do this.
Man, does this work for completely melted metal? Or partially melted?
About the right size, at least, I think.
It's mostly about broken. But not really bending or. I mean, there a version of that's in Pathfinder, but that's 5e have that as well. Hole. No, I think Men does this one. Mostly
I mean, it
because
mentions a
there are
key, not a
some-
lock. The spell description.
Alright, what's in the box?
Could just punch it.
We have not found what's in the box yet.
Yes, the box is stuck.
Alright then.
I can do violence on the box.
We could combine our violence. I've got a +10. What have you got?
I'm at +9.
I think somebody
have
else needs to try to force the box open.
Does someone have a
It's
pry
strength
bar?
check.
You could try to use my fishing rod.
That is not a pry bar.
Someone must have taken the Dungeoneer's kit, right?
Flora's pack.
What that had it?
I have a Dungeoneer's pack.
Perfect, she's got a pry bar. So I get to use
I could try
athletics in this,
magic
or is it just
missiles.
raw strength?
It's raw strength.
Alright, but the pry bar does give advantage.
Yes.
Probably should let Johnny do this so I can inspire him again, but fuck it.
I do without inspiration this time. Finding things is one thing. Punching things is another.
Ah, yes, the 21 actually cracks it open, and the metal squeals in pain. But you manage to open it up and find a bunch of partially charred, barely legible papers inside.
What a reward. Thanks for listening to this,
What if-
Yafris. Good job.
Wonder if could we mend those, I wonder.
No, those are fairly burnt up, but you can try, as you try to look at it, anyone who does try to decipher what is written on them. Does anyone have calligrapher's tools proficiency?
Yes. Surely you do, don't you? You've got a finger ink.
Yeah.
I don't have that proficiency though.
My god, you're such a pleb.
Yeah, like I didn't even
How-
know that was a proficiency. Like
How are you even a
very
scribe?
I have no tools or anything. No tool proficiency. No.
I don't know. Would cartographer's tools qualify? Also, yeah, ability
It's
to.
like a map.
Like you'd have to be like calligrapher's tools comes up in like the noble background, maybe.
You know, as a wizard, I don't
the
get any tool
samurai.
proficiencies. It's really weird.
Well, it depends
What
on your
about
background
Only
more.
select backgrounds.
What about comprehend languages? Would this assist at all?
I do have illusory script.
It's mainly about deciphering what it was through the damage. Comprehend language is for a completely foreign language.
And I also have identify. That help?
Well, as a scribe, he'd be used to
No.
transcribing things.
Detect
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah, do give me an intelligence check, Grayson. You would probably be the best to try and decipher that, given you probably have to deal with shoddy handwriting quite often.
Gotta click this one, I think.
Yes.
See what happens when you step up to take the spotlight? Beaver Ming. Go
Hey,
for
I
it.
rolled above a 10. Holy crap! Someone take a screenshot. That's never gonna happen again.
Yeah, the papers are seem to be mostly documents about some sort of wares being delivered, and it does show that the name of Voxtag and Grind's Chemic Works appears several times in those.
Oh.
It's really hard to make out. I think that's a 0. No, that's an O. That's an O. But I mean, I see a lot of CHs. Chem work. Yeah, chem works. Here, and here.
Hold it.
Well, alright, it was an asylum that once did medical stuff. That makes perfect sense. It would have chemical shite about.
But in a secret box?
Well, in a lockbox. You don't want patients cracking this stuff open.
It could just be the bunch of their records.
Damn it, Kelmorn, I'm a scribe, not a doctor.
You're not even that. You're a sword fighter.
Only in my free time.
You're a master of your... Well, you're a practicing master of the arcane. And admittedly, a little bit weasel obsessed.
Just a little.
That's
Yes, just a little.
trying
Look,
to be fucking nice, Elfrin. For
if the
fuck's sake, you
Feywild
cunt. Why
comes
can't
to
you just
you
let me
and
say a
lands-
compliment to someone? I'm trying to be nice to all of you and support it.
If the Feywild comes to you and sits on your shoulder, you don't question it. You just take the weasel. You take the weasel by the tail, I guess.
Just grab that
If
weasel,
a
huh?
Feywild if
Yeah.
your Feywild sits on your shoulder and offers you a weasel, you ask what's the deal.
You ask conditions, terms. You want it in
Also,
full.
yeah.
You want it in full writing.
This is not
Didn't you
fairy
specifically question when that
hospitality,
happened?
It's fine.
And a provision of no invisible ink. Or illusory
Plus, I
script.
may have already eaten the brownie
He ate the brownie too.
Why are you even here?
And,
No,
and you
he
think he's
should be
talking about
thanking. He should be thanking that they haven't taken him away. He ate the brownie, got the weasel.
I've
you
heard
guys think he's talking about the confection? No, he's just there was this little brownie. He just
ate
stuffed it
him.
in his mouth.
Yeah.
It just ate him.
I'm here to help you. Ah, my God, my face! Wow, he does go snap, crackle, and pop. He's just pulling his head back until the neck comes off.
Spitting out the little cartoon bones.
It's weird. It's like they've been carved to look like little cartoon bones. Who does that?
What type of chemicals were they receiving?
Let's see.
What they were actually receiving is unclear.
It says something down here. I think the manifest. It's all smudged out.
But this combined with the tools, I mean, it's a lead, I'd say, on the
It's
works.
kind of a nothing, to be honest. Like, it's nice we've got that, but they're just down the road, and it's a place that would be using chemicals in general.
Yeah.
Nasty stuff is used to make medicines.
If not for the surgeon's tools, I would agree. But
I mean,
it's
if it
just
smells
two things
anything
together.
like some of the alcohol I've smelled, yeah, it's terrible. Ugh.
Here, have some wine.
I'm good. I got my own. Ugh.
No, have some real grape.
I said I'm good.
I go back to sorting
Leave
through
me
the
alone.
rubble in this section to see if there's anything else of interest.
But the whole
Around the rubble? What was that? Are you searching?
Oh, I was just searching in the big old rubble pile over here while we're debating this.
That thing where the ambush is marked.
Yeah, no, you don't.
Well, look on the bright side, gang. We're not out of this yet. There's a dark, forbidden hole to look in as well.
The last one of those was pretty rough.
I need me underground experts here. Johnny, and of course he's here. Yes, hello. Hi, Ilfrin. Nice to meet you.
Ilfrin, run into the hole.
Now, before you go jumping down, why don't we take a look at what made this hole? Is this natural? Do we see claw marks? Is there something at the bottom with red, bleedy eyes looking at us?
Well, the hole doesn't look dwarf-shaped, so I can tell you a dwarf didn't make this.
Right, we'll check that box.
I look down the hole to see if I can see to the bottom.
It's around 3 feet wide. Seems to open up further down there into some sort of built shaft. And yes, it goes down 20, 25 feet, something like that.
Can we see the bottom?
Well, Ilfrin can.
Yeah.
I can see the bottom, and it seems to be down into a built shaft of some kind.
Yes.
Hmm.
Going
Alright.
over that.
So we
when it
have...
went down, and one or something appears to have dug out the hole again into the basement back again.
Now, small hole. Not one for our hulking figure. So this is already looking like a distant issue here.
There's no guarantee. Well, it's not part of the case, right? That he came from the basement. All we know is that he burned the place down. Not where
Well,
he
I'm
came
just
from.
saying, in the case of, is this something he might have done, return to the scene of a crime thing? It's looking unlikely. That's all I'm pointing out.
Okay.
Like,
well, we can send down
it's-
Johnny if you want.
It's probably unlikely he was responsible for the hole. Right, let's, Is there anything here that's still anchored to the ground? Is he just looking for something to tie a rope off to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some fairly large wooden beams, and you can pile up some rubble that is stable enough.
So it reminds me, I really must get a new loop of silk rope. Alright, Johnny, down you go.
Whee!
Now, I'm keeping in mind here, we're allowing him to scout when he can in fact not see a fucking thing.
Oh, I could just switch in and switch out real quick.
Alright.
Get a look for myself.
Good. I'm glad you thought of that.
Oh, but the thing is, if he just vanishes suddenly, then we know there's a reason for why he vanished.
Yes.
Yes, so you sent Johnny down.
Yeah,
Rope.
walk him around a little bit, see if anything goes for the bait.
Yeah, Johnny vanishes.
Yeah,
I
hello,
assume
it's
you,
me.
assume you can feel that Johnny vanishes. The other
Probably
Johnny.
notice, yeah.
Mr. Pog, would you care to join us over here at a distance? We believe there is some nefarious, dangerous threat here.
Very well.
There's thing down there.
You cut out.
There has been a kind of hissing before Johnny vanished.
Hissing.
Let's see if I'll send another one. Try to lure it to where we can see it. Put it somewhere out of reach.
He salutes and climbs down.
Yeah. Goodbye.
I stare down to the hole to see if I can see anything.
Go from the opposite corner of where I got killed last time.
I mean, it's basically just a very narrow shaft where you can't actually.
Okay, so it's not
Move
like it's
much.
not just straight down.
Kind of like a chimney or a food elevator. Like no real room to maneuver. Yes. I don't think you can see through Johnny.
No, but I think we could literally all of us see through him a little bit, but I can't use his eyes yet.
Yeah, no.
We can see through him, but not see through him, like through his senses. We can see through his physical
So
form.
is he
not-
translucent?
Slightly, yeah.
I believe so, because I think that's in the actual description.
See.
Pull up the.
Gecko is magical, translucent, gray image of you.
All right. Then you can actually see a bit of movement down there. Some clawed hands swiping at the other Johnny.
Huh.
And Ilfrin would probably see a fairly gaunt face as well. That kind of looks back up. Kisses at you and then goes back into the darkness where you can.
Possibly
Suspicious.
a ghoul? It just looked at us, and then shuffled back off again.
Who wants to go first?
Everyone
I'm sure
looks to
Ilfrin
Ilfrin.
would like to go first.
I think Johnny should go first.
Ah, but you
What
can
do you
see
mean?
so much
You
better in the
always go
dark. You know,
first.
you'll be able to dodge the attack better.
Kelmorn hops
I'll
down on the
follow
rope
you.
while we're arguing.
Wait,
Although Johnny will be down there to
Too
let
late.
Johnny go
Can't
down
hear you.
first.
So Cameron goes down the hole.
Yep.
We're going
Johnny
into
will
the
come right
dark.
after.
Right?
I'm taking the dodge
Yeah.
action, though. I'm prepared to kick
I
a shit.
quickly try to go down after as well.
Johnny's
Here
just
we
gonna
go.
teleport down.
I now have dark vision.
I'm taking the dodge action by basically ready to kick anything in the face if it comes near me on the rope.
So at this
Okay.
point, it would be other Johnny down there.
Yep.
As you do get down there, I assume you're going feet first rather than head first.
No, I'm just plummeting head first. I'll headbutt the first thing I land on or break my neck on the ground. 50-50 I'm willing to take.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you
but I've
have
got
to
a weapon
get
in
fairly-
hand, just sort of sliding down.
Yeah.
Anybody else want dark vision?
Not yours.
I think only Pog needs it?
No.
Sybil, you don't have anything naturally giving you it?
The things say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Can I have other Johnny down there? Miss Kilmore was going to.
Yeah, 'cause Johnny just puffs into existence.
At
Yeah,
this
so I
point,
just
it would be initiative, I'd say.
Hello there, how yous all doing?
Select my token, please.
Have a look at it.
Don't suppose you've just happened to
Yeah.
see any horrendously hulking beastie with a vast scar on it?
They do not seem inclined. As
Would
more
any of
instinct
yous
comes
be
in.
interested in a fine bottle of wine?
Well, is that what bottle of wine filled with blood?
It's red, it's called rosé, it counts. It's good for the blood. Because obviously he's giving them rosé, he's not giving them the real good stuff.
You just hear Ilfrin, hey!
Right. Ilfrin first, then? Are we missing any? No.
I quickly go down the hole. Can I get down the hole?
Yes, you would be able to do that.
I'd say I would have
And
probably...
land right on top of Kermon.
I shrug
I
him
assume
off, he
I'd
is
be
but
able to.
Yeah, I shrug him off, he is but a twink.
Yeah, I was about to say, I assume I'm able to slip down and, get next to him.
Yeah.
In the game of Bear Twink Switch, Twink loses to Bear.
But they're all winners at the end of the day.
Let's see. When I summon this in, how does it work again? I haven't used it forever.
Ah, it sucks I'm so low in initiative.
Right, so I am going to summon my wildfire spirit for a change.
To be fair, Grayson, you're in a better initiative position than I am currently.
No, I was just thinking I could cast Featherfall and extend it to the 3 other people, but it looks like most of the people are going to be down the hole by the time I go.
Featherfall's an awkward one, though.
Why
It is a
is my-
reaction.
And you can
Yeah.
guess on me.
And it's just that you can go one by.
Well, I
There's
figure it'll
not
get me
much
down the
space.
hole in one shot. I don't know.
You always just jump down. It's only 2d6.
Personally, I'm going to teleport.
Basically, getting down there takes your entire move. There.
Yeah, so I could
Um,
Featherfall down there and still have my movement.
So Dex save or 2d6. For anything that's in a 10-foot.
Or actually, can I Misty Step down the hole?
What's your?
Oh, it's my save is 14.
All right, one
That's why-
fails.
Okay. So it is 2d6. Wow.
Yes, that's not much.
No. No, it's not. But hey, at least I have something for next turn.
Maybe.
Right. Johnny.
Well, I think I'll just send my other copy directly down the hole and then switch places with him. He'll be.
I see him boot a ghost down the hole and then disappear.
Seem like I can land about here. I think it's time to use my extra attack function. It'd be super cool.
So it's the movement. 50 cost if you move.
So I can move a little bit from where I am and get out of the way of the hole.
No, it costs you bonus action as well.
Yeah, but I can still take action to punch.
Yeah, it's. Right. So the moving of the echo doesn't cost anything, but the swapping costs the bonus action and the 50.
Right, so I have 10 feet left right now
Yeah.
at the bottom of the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just checking up because I forgot how exactly that worked.
It's very handy when you have low movement speed, like 25.
Yeah.
And then, well, yeah, I'll move one more over. And I'll start with the guy below, give him a couple punches. Bop, bop.
One hits.
Nice.
It's a bonk.
And that's me done.
Alright. They're ready to return the favor. And... because flanking is fun. Actually, can be more flanking done. Oh, right, at 23 hits. Pretty sure. That's a 9 to Kelmorn. And a con save, please. Yeah, you make it. 16 does not hit Ilfrin. The crit does.
Oh no.
Ilfrin takes 18 damage and makes a con save.
My 18 AC doesn't help. So I take how much damage? 18?
Yes. And you are paralyzed.
Oh
Oh,
no,
goody.
Ilfrin is paralyzed.
There's a full elf in this room and a partial elf. See the difference between them.
And
I mean, you
Johnny,
got a hybrid. You're the best of both worlds, so you know.
Johnny
You're the
takes
future.
takes 2 attacks for 11 and 6 damage for 17 total, and makes 2 con saves.
Yeah. Bop, bop. Okay.
You are paralyzed.
How are they paralyzing him?
The ghouls, they have a paralyzing touch. Well,
You said
Touch
17 total damage?
You don't see what they're doing down there. You can
No,
just
I was just saying,
hear.
if it's poison, don't you get advantage on those
nah,
saves?
it's not a poisonous effect.
Okay,
Nope.
just making sure.
Yeah.
Not everything that requires a con save is poison.
I
It
know,
helps a lot of the time.
but you know, it's just something I often forget. Little things like poison resistance.
Mhm.
Oh,
And
although
that's
then I
it.
just notice because I was just checking on the 5e version of one.
Uh-huh.
Elves are immune, as are undead. That's weird. I never noticed that before.
Huh.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never
What?
noticed that.
Elves are immune as what?
I just said, well, hang on. This is the Monsters of Multiverse version. If the target is a creature other than an elf or undead, it must succeed on a con saving for it to be paralyzed. They just give elves all the advantage in Monsters of the Multiverse. They really do.
They do. I don't know why. And then they changed how trances work, so not only do you still only get the 4 hours, so you don't have you have half the
Oh, no.
time.
No, never mind. This is the Monster Manual. This is wow. I've never noticed that.
This
Weird.
is the
Yeah,
monster
if
drow,
If
not
the
the
target
player
is a creature
drow.
other than an elf or an undead,
Yeah, I've never noticed that. Weird.
That is the new one, not the
No,
old
that's
one.
Monster
no,
Manual.
that's the monster manual one.
Oh no, definitely not. I just pulled that out. This
It's the
setlock
SRD.
actually
It's the base version.
then it is changed because in the version I just pulled out from the monster manual, it is not in there.
Anyway, we're not monsters, so. I mean, we might be monsters, but we're not that kind of monster.
See, there's no mention of an elf.
Yeah, just double checked. It does say that. Is there any other monster that has that specification with
Well,
elves?
no, it's because you're rolling the gas, not the ghoul. The gas doesn't have that. The ghoul does.
Right.
What other monsters have that specification of not being good against elves?
Apart from just the blanket thing of charm effects having issues and anything like, can't really think of it. I've never noticed that. That's weird. Fucking elves. They
How
just
do we
get
work?
everything spoon fed to them.
There's a reason I hate elves.
To be fair, though, there are a few creatures that specifically target elves above others. As long as you
Good.
read
Like
the back,
dwarves.
but it's not written in the stat block. But so long as you read the background, like a Periton is all about eating an elf heart. Or orcs, they prefer to murder elves first because of Corellian taking Grumsh's eye.
Gary Gygax answered it. Elves having great positive energy are thus immune to the effect.
Alright, well,
2000.
Elfrin would not be immune because he is not filled with great positive energy.
Yes.
I am so.
No, you're not.
Very
Riz.
positive
Take the
below.
thing.
But again, that was for ghouls anyway, not for ghasts.
Yes.
Yeah, not gas.
Yeah.
That's for ghouls, not
But
gas.
still, that's a weird thing to find out.
Yeah, Sybil. You can hear a bunch of hissing and clawing, and probably elf screams that stopped being screams soon.
Yeah, so it'd just be like a cut-off squeak.
Yep.
Now, how far down does the rope go?
Said it was
Completely
like
down. It's just like
20 feet?
25 feet.
25. Yeah.
All right, it's 25 feet. So can I go down 15 feet, make a ranged attack against this one, and then use my reaction to Goomba Stomp him?
I mean, you
Please.
see the.
How's your reaction able to be used for this?
It's because of the leg I got.
Oh.
I can ignore 10 feet of falling, and anything I land on takes 2d6 times 5 feet fallen damage.
And the problem is, it's a very narrow aperture. It's basically just my tile.
Yeah. Do you see the lights down there in the middle of the thing? That's where the hole actually goes. It's a very narrow hole. So going down 15 feet and make.
All right, I'll go down.
I don't think there would be enough room for that. Like you can either try to get enough sideways motion going that you can actually Goomba stomp him, or you can go down to try a ranged attack. Both.
Mm.
Like as I said, it's a very narrow shaft.
All right. Then I will go down 15 and ranged attack, and then slide down the rest of the way.
So basically, while you're on the ceiling.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go with. There it is. 1, 2.
Yes. Those are hits.
Okay. This one does not get the second damage twice, sadly.
It wouldn't do that much anyway. But yeah, that's
26 damage.
yes. That is quite a lot.
And I believe I land either here or here.
Yes, correct.
I will land here.
All right.
So let me just drag myself over. Whoop.
Great. It's getting cramped down there.
Said the hole's 25 feet deep.
It's okay. We know that there's 2 people here who will not be going in that hole. One who can't fit, and one who is not going to go into the front line. That would be stupid.
Because if it's only 25 feet deep, can I Misty Step onto the barrel?
Misty Step is 15 feet, right?
Misty Step is 30 feet. Something I
30.
can see within 30 feet.
Yeah, I'd say you can barely see the barrel. What light comes down there?
Well, he's using dark vision.
Yeah, I also cast Dark Vision on myself.
Oh, you did that.
Because I knew we
Right.
were going to be going into a hole.
All right.
And I figured it
I
was
see.
one of these 4 squares based on where the light is.
Yeah.
So if the hole is less than 30 feet deep, I'm just going to Misty Step down there. Using my bonus action.
Yeah.
And immediately strike out at this one.
All right.
Let me put my character sheet back up.
That is a hit.
That's electric damage. And the one beside it, where did I put that? Takes 5 lightning damage as well. So both of them take 5 lightning damage.
All right.
And that's my turn. Let me tick my Misty Step off. There we go.
Pog.
Used.
Everyone went into the hole. Except Fake Johnny. Fake Johnny stands there
Yeah,
and smiles at you.
he's the one, the brightest of the two. I go up to the edge of the hole. What can I see through the hole?
The rest of your, I wouldn't call them friends, but party.
Wow.
So can I see?
Patriots.
I assume I can see some of the creatures down there.
No, not from that. Fake Johnny sneaks behind you and gives you a gentle push towards the hole.
Oh no, he's becoming
Sure.
sentient.
Joffrey does the same.
There's nothing for me to fall on there.
I swear if Joffrey's falls down the hole and kills me, like I almost killed Rain.
It's a 1 in 4 chance it could instead just be Ilfrin and it would be critical damage.
That would be hilarious.
Oh no!
It's literally rocks fall. Everyone
Yeah.
dies.
See, you
If I
have
had a
to...
nickel for every time it happened, I'd only have 2 nickels, but it'd be weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, to survive the impact, you've got to relax your body, and right now, Ilfrin is tense as hell. He can't relax. But yeah,
Well, okay. I will. Since you say I can see my party,
Yes.
I mean, how much do you weigh? Can one of us catch you?
yes.
I will cast Spirit Guardians, declare them as non-targets, and jump in.
He can stand
Alright.
on our shoulders.
You can. If you can spend the reactions to try and catch him. Everyone except Ilfrin.
Just thinking he could just land on Ilfrin and push him over like a plank to take his spot.
I should be small enough to stand in the middle there. Come
yeah.
on.
Technically, you could. What
so
would it be to catch him?
Athletic.
We just need one of these
Yeah,
for
that would be enough.
Kelmorn.
Just able to back up with a backpack and the broad shoulders.
Yeah.
Would Pog consent to getting into the harness if
course
Kelmorn
not.
had one?
Catching the gnome shouldn't be that.
Yeah. You forget. Pog is way too large for that harness. He's not short, remember? In his mind.
Right?
So, okay, technically, does this mean they have entered the zone?
It'll be at the start of their turns.
Okay.
You start your turn in it. Yeah?
Their speed will be reduced by half, though, just by default.
I don't think it matters much, considering.
Yeah. Still.
Let's see here.
Would you consider yourself good, neutral, or evil?
He's definitely not good, right?
He might be.
I would say aggressively neutral. I don't know.
So evil. Just say evil.
No, like so, Pog's thing
What
is like
the-
he'll do like he will end up doing good things, but that's his goals are often not those.
Yeah,
Not to
what does Pog considers himself to be?
It sounds a lot like chaotic neutral.
The problem is the
Uh,
gods will judge him.
like I'd say he considers himself like he wouldn't consider himself evil. He wouldn't consider himself good. Like go with neutral there, just
Yeah.
for this
Alright.
spell's effect.
He's not looking for morality. He's looking for a recognition.
Yeah.
He's looking for self-benefit, and unfortunately, in times when there is no self-benefit, he will acquiesce and be good.
It's a
So-
fact that he doesn't care enough about other people to mean that he will look to belittle them or make them lower than him for his own
Yeah.
gain.
Yeah,
So it
I don't
is, in
care
fact,
enough about other
radiant
people
damage.
to be evil to them.
Yeah.
It is in fact radiant damage then.
Yep.
Right.
And yeah.
Anything else? As you are held by Kelmo.
No, not
I
held by
cast
him. He's
my
just standing on my
spell.
back.
Cast my spell. I can't do anything else. I'm pretty sure.
In 5e terminology, incidentally, that entering the area would be voluntary movement. Not just you bringing the area to them. Alright, well, I'll kneel down for a bit so Paul can hop off. And let's go for the gas beside me. This bloody.
You also make me con save because those gas smell really bad.
Who, me?
Alright.
You can smell the corpse.
Okay, disadvantage then. And there's a 14 hit.
Nope. Actually not.
There we go, turns over.
Yeah, that's generally what happens when you roll a 1. Turnover. That's a blow.
Right.
Okay.
What do I do here?
Well, you're paralyzed, so probably not much. Just roll your save. Hope you get out.
I think you can still move, right?
No, I'm
Paralyzed
paralyzed.
means he can't
Oh, you're
do
paralyzed.
anything.
Is it a con save?
Yes. Repeat the con save at the end of your turn. Shake.
Nope.
Wow. It's just a DC 10.
Well,
Yeah,
my,
but we're
my little
playing with
wildfire spirit
D10.
is taking its dodge action, which is what it does when it doesn't have instructions. So,
Alright then.
I don't actually have to do anything to move Johnny. Can I still move the other Johnny while I'm paralyzed?
Yeah, since it doesn't cost anything, you can technically move the other Johnny.
Yeah, it's just he has 30 feet per turn. I think I could end up with him next to Ilfrin, right? Over here.
Yes. Probably possible.
Okay.
I mean, does it have weight?
Not entirely clear.
Would probably have some. I mean, it could definitely push Ilfrin over now that he's paralyzed to stand where Ilfrin is standing.
Takes Ilfrin's place, just like he took Johnny's.
Yes.
I mean, if he can draw that few attacks away, that might actually be helpful.
Look at me. I'm the drow now.
Would Ilfrin mind being knocked over for Johnny to try to draw some ire?
he would, but he can't complain about it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, he's paralyzed. You probably say that, you don't get a reaction. You're like, I guess that's consent.
Yeah. You get tossed off the barrel.
He didn't
Now
say no.
lying-
With his massive 17 AC. But
Alright.
and I have con save.
Yes.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen.
Oh wow. This is horrible. Right. Ouch. Rita was right when she said the 50 at the start set the precedent. Yeah, that goes to Johnny.
Also, aren't they both automatically crits?
Yep.
So I'm down. Basically, there's no way around that.
It depends on what the extra dice roll.
Okay, I do have a bit left. Let's see.
Because they'll get their modifier. You know.
14, 12, 11. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Bye-bye, Johnny. And Johnny.
Just barely.
Grayson, I believe. Yes.
Well, they have to roll their saves if they're starting their turn in this zone.
Wait,
Oh, right.
what about Grayson? I'm sorry, did he
Those
cut
are
out?
wisdom saves.
Yep.
Right.
It's on all of them.
So Johnny might not
And
be
your
down.
DC
Johnny might not be down.
is...
Yeah,
And your
Does
DC is...
spell
15.
save DC 15?
yeah, it's on there.
Right. One makes it, and that was 6 damage. You rolled.
Couldn't. It's not 6 damage. It's way higher. It's 3d8. Oh, hopefully.
No, it was 6 damage. It was
Oh
4
wow,
1.
it was a 4 and 1. Okay, is that like rolled each time or just by? I think that was just part of the.
It is part of the cast damage, technically.
What?
I mean, it does do something. Doesn't kill anything, but... Okay, the 2 attacks against Johnny still happen. The one Grayson misses. Tastier target than Sybil. Fact. Okay. You are at 6 hit points, Ilfrin.
Oh, so he rolled fucking hell.
Yes. And
Auto
the
crits
last
are a very,
one,
very tough thing.
the last one actually starts to disengage and climb up the rope. And is greeted by Jeffrey. And you can't see it.
He wouldn't have the
but you
movement to get up.
Yeah, he's stuck kind of there.
Spirit of Guardians has trimmed his movement and he's not got a climb speed.
Alright. But there is the rope. But yeah,
But he has half.
Trying to get away. And up there stands Jeffrey, looking down, grinning at the ghast as he cracks his stony knuckles. And that's the ghast done. Sybil. You're muted, Pio.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've just witnessed a guest trying to get away. And another one wails on Ilfrin. John is not doing too hot either.
Let's see. I will, with my action, did they put it there? Of course they didn't. Oh, yes, they did. I will, with my action, because he's in range. At least I believe he is. Yep. Get Johnny back on his feet.
I live!
I wish the dice roll had been better.
6 hits points is better than 0.
True.
It's on brand. We've got reputations to uphold.
Also a con save for the stench.
Ah, yeah. Also for Grace.
Okay.
Am I no longer considered paralyzed because I went down?
I think that stays. I mean, it's not like this. Whatever this is goes away just because you die.
Okay. I assume a 19 passes.
Yes, definitely.
Okay,
It
I
is
use my
just a
bonus
DC 10.
action. Yeah, use my bonus action to start the dance, and then I strike out at this one in front of me with the
Alright.
same thing. So this is
It's it.
8 lightning damage, and the one next to it is going to take 2 lightning damage. So 8 for this one, 2 for this one.
Yeah, the one you poked feels like getting out here now as well, as you can see. Pog.
And
Let's see. I will. Let's see. There's adequate enough alternative targets in front of me to the bottom right, so I will address the one behind me to the top.
Alright. What will you do? That's a disadvantage because melee range.
Okay, I have well, I'll have 2 targets on it. Can I target the one opposite of Sybil, or would that be?
You're always at disadvantage because you are in melee range.
Okay.
yeah, it doesn't
have-
matter. You're based. You're just based. That's how that works.
Yep.
And your other one?
I rolled twice there. What?
Both
But
are
you're
at
at disadvantage.
Yes, because
Okay.
you
So
are
it's-
within
Okay.
5
So
feet.
okay, roll, dude. Okay.
You make ranged attacks at disadvantage.
Shit rolls, whatever.
Which is why in such situations, Sacred Flame, it tends to be better because it doesn't require to make an attack roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he was choosing Eldritch Blast to push things around.
Yeah, I
Or
was
you
trying
just,
to push it away
uh,
from the person that's
Yeah.
basically dead, but
oh,
Yeah.
just take Warcaster. That's what I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come on. Or, dude. Pog.
Oh yeah, Constitution save, whatever.
Well, it's alright. If you pass it once, you're done. I'm just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, yeah, shoot.
Because I
What
didn't
the-
clear out all my dice, so I'm rolling 5 ones already.
Yep.
Can Jeff at least punch the other guy who's upstairs?
I can tell him to. Maybe I'll die trying to talk. Maybe that'll happen.
Yeah, you can
He
tell
gets
Jeffrey
halfway
to
through the word punch and his jaw freezes.
punch the other one once he gets up there.
Just lockjaw. Oh, that's terrible.
The amount of ones is absurd.
Yep.
But on...
Is it though? Like
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
This is on
yeah.
brand.
Oh, wait.
below 5s is the main culprit here.
I didn't mean to do
Yeah.
that.
You got to
Oh.
pay for the D20 upgrade, otherwise you get D10s.
I don't know. At this point, would you say you even got a D10?
I mean, I
If
have
I roll
hit
a
a couple.
4, I'm not
Maybe.
paralyzed.
Are you sure your
So-
D6 just didn't happen to, roll off somewhere and you picked up the wrong die?
Oh no, I'm using my Blood Bowl dice. Shit.
Now what do I want to do here? Awkward. Can't rely on the con save. Gonna be attacking at disadvantage. I'll just burn a spell. I'll use Shatter to hit those two.
Right? It's half damage, right?
If they succeed, yeah.
Yeah, one is dead either way. Yeah, it's barely not Malgern. 2 hit points left.
Fucking knew these
I
existed.
didn't donk it. Let's go.
Not a donk. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't a ranged attack. I thought that was the distinction we came up with. Yeah, it has to be a ranged attack to be a donk. Yeah.
The
And
distinction is the next time we play that
Yeah,
campaign.
that one is not looking too hot either.
and I'll inspire Ilfrin.
Oh, thank God.
I knew they existed, but I'd hoped they didn't. A D20 with that 20-sided
Oh,
die.
no.
That's a D10.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I need one of those.
I do kind
There
of
we
want
go.
one because that's just a weird die. I need it.
It'd be a fun way to roll D100,
Yeah.
actually.
I am not paralyzed anymore, guys.
But you are about to get
What about the
knocked the
stench?
fuck out. Yeah, you got the
you're
stench
still
as well.
prone.
I like my D100 shard. I have
No,
a
the
shard
stench
die
is
as a
also
D100.
fine because if you notice, I have a 19 in the stench. I rolled both of them.
So what we're saying is Ilfrin smells because he's got 19 in stench. Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still prone because you have been replaced by wrong Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, also it's the saves at the end of her turn,
Yeah.
so we can't get up yet.
Yep.
I have advantage on poison. Wow, still 10. Fucking chances of that.
That makes it, doesn't it?
Yes, it makes it.
Yeah, it's a DC 10, so you're good.
I'm not poisoned or paralyzed.
Hooray.
Although next turn I'm probably gonna go down, so
You're... Aren't you prone though?
yeah, still prone. Not quite back on my feet.
I need the Spirit Guardians damage roll. Oh,
Okay.
because that does get renewed every turn. You have it on.
Trying to find where I rolled it. So find
It's just free D8. It's because you've swapped your Spirit Guardians to give the spell card, probably. There we go.
Twice as good as last turn.
That's a bit healthier.
Still a 1.
Step 2.
So
Drops
that is
back
now
down
6 ones.
in the middle of your lot. 14 was your AC or 15?
It should be 15.
Right. Everyone fails. And the last two surviving ones do not like this. Try to get up. Rope. Dashing. So that means attacks of opportunity.
Okay, can you make those when you're prone?
Yeah, just disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
That's fair enough.
Okay.
Well, I stab one in the ankle.
Oh man, a fucking crit. Oh, not at
Right.
disadvantage.
Johnny and Ilf miss. Woodpog tried to hit with a melee attack.
That's
Does your
not what-
penknife have a little clickety clacker? Yeah.
Yeah.
The melee attack is a normal roll.
Yeah, so that would be 23 then.
Unfortunately, due to BBC guidelines, it has been replaced with a pen spoon.
Imagine needing a pen.
And Sybil?
Oh, I guess I would have used my freed item action to get the mace.
That's a miss.
Yeah, you got it all right.
The one that was crawling up the rope, what happened to that one?
That one died and the spirit guidance and plunked down the middle of
Okay.
here.
Okay. Gross.
Yes,
Still smells.
it may have landed partially on you. 6. Actually enough.
Oh yeah, I can see him. Just the X just under there. Yeah.
As they are dashing, they would barely get up there. And I assume you would have told Joffrey to basically wait, prepare an action to punch.
Yeah, I had mentioned that to him the previous turn when there was one climbing, but he never got up there, so I guess.
Yes, now more are climbing.
Yep.
So you can actually.
Deal with these, please.
My pleasure. Would you
I
roll the
assume.
attack? That's a miss.
See, I shouldn't have rolled the attack. I should have made you do it.
All right, Sybil. You have an undead ass over you.
About how high up is it?
At the edge of the hole, so 25 feet? Or 20 feet, rather, since you are more than 5 feet high.
All right. Well, then I guess I'm gonna drop the mace and shoot at it. 'Cause why not? There's a 28 hit. Hello?
Oh,
Hello.
sorry. I apparently somehow muted myself without realizing it. But yes, a 28 barely hits. And you can't roll less damage than 3, I believe. No, you can't.
No.
So another one plonks down. On Pog.
Sorry, Pog. And can I see the other ghoul, or is it already fully up the hole and out? Or gassed?
That one's fully up the hole, and
Alright.
like, what the fuck? Why did that statue try to hit me? It isn't supposed to do that.
And I guess that's it for me for now.
All right, Grayson.
Can I Misty step back up the hole?
Yes.
Then that's what I'm gonna do. Weird that it uses my reaction, but
Up the hole you go.
yes. Hello.
Ah!
No survivors.
No Russian.
He died.
One
Listen to
survivor
him.
to drink.
Oh, you stabbed me so expertly.
Let me.
Says the corpse in the ground.
He's absolutely dead, I assure you.
Is that miss? That's a miss. Did I miss by less than 3?
Nope. You missed by
By-
5.
Okay. Never mind. So I still miss.
You still have movement, I believe. Also, why do you have a purple dot?
Because I'm dancing.
Ah. Pog.
Yeah, I can move over there, flank it, and get away from the hole.
I will spend my action removing bodies from myself, trying to get myself some semblance of not covered in entrails, and yelling at Jeff, "Kill that damn thing, please."
I'm trying.
He's not trying hard enough. There's the 7th one.
It gets advantage because flanking.
Yeah. That's why I moved where I did. Yay!
Yes.
Paid off.
That counts as a hit.
Yes, flatten him.
It is not flattened. But it is. It has a red dot now.
Oh, no.
Hooray.
Funny enough, despite the size of Kelmorn, he is one of the fastest with 35 feet of movement to clamber up here.
Long legs.
There we go.
Yeah. That's exactly enough.
The anti-donk.
Yay! We're heroes. No, that was the anti-Malgurn. Donk is a ranged attack.
Yeah.
See how bad it gets next turn. Donk also is a melee wizard.
So you stab the guest.
No, he's not a Grayson.
He's better.
and It falls over. Die.
Yeah. Now let's see if there was any point to this. Back down the hole.
I'm gonna take a breather.
Yeah.
Might as well second wind.
Ilfrin is probably not happy either.
I am in a very bad mood.
Let me check. I think Song of Rest stays at D6 for a long time.
That shit sucks.
You got pushed over by not even a real dwarf, a fake dwarf.
It was trying to help. I mean,
How does that
thought it
make
was
you
there.
feel?
Yeah, Song of Rest is still a D6.
I mean, do we have an hour to waste in this place before we go back to town?
Yeah, it was only a short trip.
How does it make Ilfrin feel that a dwarf didn't even consider him worth pushing over, but had its illusion do it for him?
He's annoyed.
I'm gonna see what
Last
it's
time I
like
tried
to
to
go
help the drow.
down the hole normally.
He's not saying it out loud, by the way, Johnny. He's just very annoyed.
How is Grayson on the rope? Is it a case of like, how was he that bad with it? It's like, I took a spell to go down and up because I didn't want to actually touch the rope. Ropes are confusing.
Last
Would
time I
that be
touched rope.
athletics or acrobatics, you think?
Do what's well. You're currently dancing right now. Why not acrobatics? Twirl, put some style on it.
He does okay.
Plus, you're going downwards, so yeah, you can flourish.
Are you doing
He
a pole dance down the rope?
Gave himself some rope burn because he wasn't thinking.
Presses his feet against the wall so he has enough anchorage to twerk right above us.
Yeah. You kind of see him kick off the wall and try to spin around. He almost doesn't make it.
Almost gets a cut around his neck.
Yeah.
It's a new type of knot.
And of course, presentation on Mr. Pog.
Where does the filth go?
That is a fascinating question. I'm surprised a scholar like
Filth
yourself
dimension.
hasn't studied such a thing. I mean,
I was gonna say.
in a way, it's a destruction of matter, so I could be taking elements from the world that will never again be recycled into it.
The man who taught me this spell said it gets shunted to the. I don't remember what plane he said, but
I'm just saying that
The
perhaps
fire
this,
plane would
wanna
make
live
most
there.
sense.
I'm just saying that perhaps this spell is in fact just escalating entropy in our world, leading it towards an eternal emptiness and void. Anyway, here's this little ditty so you guys can relax and put your feet up.
Alright.
Yeah, well, you guys check out this basement. I'll do a short rest.
Yeah.
Going to play a nice soft one for Ilfrin and Johnny. Yes. Or Jahani.
Oh, hold on, wait. Let me just make sure he's not dead.
Did anyone else get scraped up? And you can roll your own
What was
d6.
the extra for? Yeah, d6, yeah.
And it doesn't become a d8 until level 9. I wonder why it's separate from the inspiration. It's a bit weird.
Alright, gonna use my arcane recovery, get 2 spell slots back.
Back to the health I was at before I got hit in the first turn. I'll just keep it at that, I guess.
Yeah, I should ask, since we leveled up mid-session, do we have our advanced spell slots or not yet? I've just got it set to 0 right now until we take a long rest.
Technically, you did take your long rest in the village, and that would have been where you got the level up after defeating Brother Swarm. So yes.
Okay.
You would.
Alright, I got Fireball locked and loaded. Let's go.
Yeah.
I just forgot to mention it during session.
Okay.
Yeah. As you do search the basement, you do find a bit of jewelry. Some of it damaged. Among them, an iron bracelet with a silver filigree work, depicting a moon eating an owl, worth 75 gold, a slightly melted golden belt buckle, and also 12 silver crossbow bolts in a quiver. So 200 gold worth in jewelry and 12 silver crossbow bolts. And also There are, of course, several partially burned bodies, eaten mostly by the guests. And the skulls in particular of most of those seem to have some sort of physical deformities, with only one appearing normal. And you also find a bunch of charred broken glass vials, with only a single one that hasn't been destroyed, of Volkswagen Grine chemical bleach still on it.
Why weren't these ones buried?
They may have been dug up again by the guests.
Did we see any dug up graves?
There have been graves up here.
And we asked if they were disturbed.
Not recently.
Ah, okay. Maybe a long time ago.
The bodies you find down there aren't fresh, so yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of them are fresh hair, but those are not the ones with the deformed heads. They may have just picked off other people running about. They are nocturnal. You know that much. Most undead tend to be. Intelligent ones, anyway.
So, what kind of institution was this?
It was
A mental hospital.
mentally and physically deformed. So yes.
So
it
yeah, kind of
checks
like in
out.
a old style asylum
Yeah.
for undesirables. That's me.
The kind of place where the Crooked Kitten could have ended up as well.
It was 100 years ago. I'd be in a sanitarium too.
Well, to be fair, so would Pam, but that's because he's spouting all of these New Day memes. Obviously, they take him for insane.
I think I'd be killed, actually, is what would happen.
He keeps saying he's lit.
Witchcraft!
Mhm. Yeah.
Actually, bro.
There's something. I think he's got paranoid delusions. He keeps mentioning there's something among us, and it's suspicious.
Bogus.
He doesn't vibe with this universe.
He's speaking
like,
in
not-
tongues. I believe he called me a sussy baka.
I can't believe you guys got sus in the dictionary when it was just.
It was
What is a
already
V2?
though.
I know, but the Oxford Dictionary's like made a big deal out of it.
But it was
Because of the
already
dictionary, what
in
else would it
there. It
I
was
know.
already in the Oxford English Dictionary, specifically the point pointing out that, yeah, this was slang from like the 1500s and on. It's like gutter slang.
No, clearly we invented it.
It's cooler because it's a video game. You know, Mogus.
Someone silence that child.
I cast sleep.
We should play Among Us again soon.
What kind of devil is this Amogus?
I see him everywhere. Everything. It reminds me of Among Us.
The crying eyes of
you
an anime
worshipping
girl.
him?
Yeah, that one's good.
What the nil? No. That's your AI again.
No, that's
Oh.
a current meme going around.
Oh,
Mogus.
is that thing dual wielding shields?
Oh, my favorite one is. I wonder if I can find a picture of. It's Lost made of Among Us guys.
Yeah, it's a mushroom that's dual-wielding mushroom shields.
I love it.
It is
Yeah.
Among Us, number 591 of the Pokedex.
God
So
damn
is
it.
that like a mouth in the middle, or is that its actual singular eye?
That's its mouth, I think.
Yeah,
has
it has
two-
those other
yeah.
eyes things.
Fake
Unless those
eyes
are
and then one
tongues.
giant real eye.
No, that's not a mouth.
Yes, that would actually be fairly terrifying if that thing was the eye and those white things above it are tongues coming out of mouths.
Oh, it's oh no.
Anyway.
Well, how intact are the heads?
A bit chewed on, but otherwise fairly okay. Actually, no, they would have been partially cracked open to get to the brain. Because ghouls aren't picky.
Just meaning about
Gas.
faces.
Yeah, the
So
faces would be okay. But
So we could cut them off and take them back with us.
Or we could have a chat with him, Mr. Pog.
Would that be useful?
Because we've got nothing
then-
else apart from a mention of a chemical plant.
We might as well use the planchette, right?
Like, one of these people
Yeah.
might have been staff, might have been here whenever the fire was going.
Or actually had a better look at the quote-unquote beast, unlike the other guy.
Like,
as I mentioned, there is one skull that doesn't seem deformed
One of
in any
these
way.
things is not like the other.
Well, let's give it a shot.
on the bright side, this will be using your spell, not that shitty planchette.
Which spell?
Didn't you get Speak with Dead when you leveled up?
Let me see. Yeah, okay.
Because you said you got it, otherwise I was going to take it.
It still has a mouth, and it's not undead.
Yes.
It's just not very mobile.
It's going to be a very uncomfortable few minutes for this ghost.
So we can ask the corpse up to
Yeah,
5
just-
questions.
Yes, you can. What would these questions be?
What killed you?
Or who?
Which,
We could probably do who killed you.
yeah, well, yeah, who killed you would probably be the. All of these could be worked around, unfortunately.
You'd think
So
you'd want them caught, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who is your killer, so that we may seek justice?
Uh, okay. That is. Basically, the answer would be huge beast man.
Well, that was predictable.
It's fucking useless. How about well, we're trying to fucking connect dots here. It might not. Did you get the names of those guys who ran the chemical plant? Like the names on the tools.
Did we?
Volkswagen Grime.
Okay.
Yes.
So we could ask them about those 2 people. Do you know a what? Well,
Volkswagen Grime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's just a case of like, what would have? It's a fucking. They're just bringing chemicals.
Yeah, but
Why don't we ask if Vorkstag and Grind were involved with the big man killing him?
Yeah.
were Volkstag and Grein involved with your death? With the big man, the big creature?
Maybe.
I'd fucking kill him again for that shit.
I mean, I could cast this again.
What a worthless cunt.
So maybe. And this was previously a sanatorium?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
what was it?
he was not quite finished yet.
Okay.
Basically, had with Vox.
Oh no, his connection's breaking up. Spirits, calm yourselves and speak.
Yeah, it was a
And
collect
and-
call. Do we have any spirit coins?
And
It
improve
actually,
your Discord.
it actually does say that he's difficult to understand when tried.
Yeah, but you were literally breaking up there.
Oh, all right. Spirit line is not stable.
So what did he say?
Repeat and hear what we're supposed to say. Yeah.
Yeah, what did he
We heard-
say? 'Cause we only heard like 3 words.
Basically, he had a fight with Vox.
Oh.
So
Okay, we had a fight with Volsta, and then it went silent, and then so. So if there's a word
I
between
heard
there,
the day before.
yes,
wow, this is being inconsistent.
so he's not quite sure if Vorkstag was involved with the beast.
But so this place we're at is previously a sanitarium, right?
Yes.
Did Volkstag and Grein work here, or were they visitors?
Just what was the
They-
purpose of their visits or business?
Yeah.
You could also ask about what they fought about.
Well, we have another question after this. We need to know, like,
Maybe just narrow
were
it down
they-
to what was their purpose or what were they doing here? What was your deal with them?
So the question you ask is basically what
Yes.
did they do here?
Yeah, like, why were they here? Were they employed, or was this some other business?
They brought me bodies.
Ah, so probably not above board, or maybe. Well, if you're not too picky, that's where they come from. Okay, so we have 2 other questions here, I guess. What were why were you getting bodies delivered? That's and what else was the peanut gallery considering?
Do tell me once you have figured out the questions.
I mean, he asked what the peanut gallery was thinking, so that's all of you.
Yeah, I was trying to. Someone interrupted with a question while we were
Questioner
kinda
and
saying, like,
Spotlight here are waiting for your input.
The obvious one would be what the fight was about.
yeah.
Yeah.
But is that
But what the fight
useful?
was about, and then if we need to also, why were you getting bodies delivered?
Yeah, I mean, why were you getting bodies delivered is a good question.
Yeah. So what was?
Did you
why
make him
did
a
you fight?
dog made out of many dogs?
Ooh, that would be a good thing.
Yeah, he
But-
didn't specify human bodies. This is true.
What was the fight about?
Man, that's too much money for the bodies. Tried, threatened to tell the guards. He did not like that.
Now we want to know what were they doing with the bodies.
Well,
I mean, you are fairly certain that
he was
Yeah.
using them for experiments, but yeah. So clearly, he was buying bodies, and the fact that he was going to go to the guards, like that shows either this was presumably a accepted business transaction, or this man was monumentally stupid.
Well, he is dead, so he's not that clever.
Yeah, I don't think this is a legitimate business transaction.
So do we want to know what he was doing with the bodies, or ask him about the patchwork dog?
Well, I don't think these people were making the patchwork dog. I assume that this is something that Grine and
Yeah.
Vorkstock are
I don't
doing.
know. All we have them for is they run a chemical plant as
Well,
affluent business owners and also steal bodies.
Do you think he ever had the tools that we were trying to investigate? That they were here at some point?
It doesn't matter much. Probably not.
And the very large indication that he was killed by Volkstag and Grine for wanting to pay less for the bodies that he was receiving.
But then what's the deal with a big figure, the patchwork beast and all that there? Like, I assume if Volkstag or Grine resembled that kind of creature, it would be known around town. It'd be quite a common thing of we're gonna sacrifice the fucking beast of Harstag. It's just to see him. It's just to see him as that man Grine there.
Well, the fight happened before. It wasn't, it wasn't an immediate thing. They had the fight. He wanted to pay less money, and then at some point afterwards, big creature shows up, kills everybody.
Can I just point out the fact that they wanted bodies? We're talking about flesh golems. It's highly probable that considering that they've made a dog golem, why isn't it?
They might have. Hang on. They might have outsourced it.
Well, simplest thing would be asked. What did you do with the bodies? Were you making flesh golems?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. What is Vorkstag and Grine doing with the bodies?
Well, he wouldn't know. Yeah, that's the. If this person did not make the golems, that stands to reason that Volkstag was making them and selling the excess parts to the sanitarium here. Getting rid of
the buyer.
The doctor's the buyer? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so the doctor was buying these bodies.
Just going to tell us it was for the interns.
Yeah, it
needed dates.
Yeah, so asking if he was making flesh golems would answer whether Volkstag was or Grine.
How are the Vorkstag and Grine getting these bodies?
We don't know. Well, they were digging them up, remember? We found the disturbed graves with the dirty tools and all that there.
Yeah, and the ones that were unsuitable made their way here. And that would also give cover for whatever they were doing otherwise that might be even worse than grave robbing. Like, oh, we're only digging up bodies to sell to the med students. That's fine. It's an accepted practice. Yeah, so I guess the question would be, were you crafting flesh golems with these bodies, or else what were you using them for?
Had to do experiments.
Was there a yes or a no there about the flesh golem part?
No, he didn't do flesh golems.
Okay.
Just experiments as a whole.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that would point the finger at Vorkstag and Grine as the main meat crafters around here.
Well, suspicion of being grave robbers should at least get the guard interested in busting down the gate. Or their personal home. We don't know if that's separate or not.
Grave robbing and possible murder.
I mean, we still got no idea what the other big thing is. That's fucking irritating me. We found nothing about that.
Could they just have 2 flesh golems?
One dog, one human. You think they'll walk together?
Well, that'd be normal in town for sure.
Oh yeah.
No one would mind.
Mm.
No one bats an eye at Jeff. Right, well anyway, we're done with this hole, so we can get back into town.
I also assume you wouldn't have rested inside the basement with the corpses, where the gas stench still hangs in the
Yeah,
air.
no.
No.
That's why I hate to say it, but our fisherman, I mean, you think he might know more if we pressed him about the bodies?
You could bring up to him when you're landing the carp.
I mean, he seems so nice.
I mean, I'm guessing if they were notable criminals in this intent, they probably had a decent cover story for showing up repeatedly to the asylum. To wit, delivering chemicals, jars of things that are useful for, medical procedures or examinations. Maybe even just fucking cleaning compounds for the floor.
He might have seen something suspicious, though.
I mean, we've no idea what actually goes down the chemic works. Maybe they're just very good at removing vomit.
You have found the vial with Morgstag and Grind chemical bleach. So he may not have just sold bodies, but also actually just alchemical stuff, bleach.
It's
Yes,
like a
that's why I
front.
was saying he had a cover story.
Yeah.
But it could help if we ask and say, "Hey, did you know about the bodies?"
Or maybe not lead with bodies, but if you saw anything suspicious in his time when he was down there.
All right, let's get going before I pass out.
Ah. Well, in here. Do get back into the city, and it is getting dark. You do see amount of torchlight coming up from before the courthouse.
We have a bloody mob.
Told you this was gonna happen.
Who gives a shite? Fucking worthless.
We can beat the
What
fuck
I'm
out of him.
saying-
It'll be fun.
What I'm saying is, yeah, we kind of need to defend the courthouse.
Let's try to calm him down first, maybe.
Fucking done with this place, I really
Yeah.
am.
They do chant, "Kill the beast! Kill the beast! Kill the beast!"
Aye, we heard
The
it before.
juice is loose. The juice. While
Who
we're
earns?
approaching, who needs temp HP?
I
I
do.
do.
I could use a little on top.
Oh, could take you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'll take the 9, obviously. Jeff likes me more. I'll take an 8.
It's
I'll
always
take
good.
it.
And one more for
Hey.
Sybil, please.
That was 3. Okay.
Yeah, Johnny, Ilford, myself, and Sybil.
Damn,
Nice 8.
8.
good rolls. That's what we can call the party the Great Eights.
No.
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 Fuck no.
Once there's another Johnny.
Yeah, what are you talking about? There's the 6 of us, Johnny 2, and Jeff. 8 people.
People is a strong definition, especially when you factor in we have a ghost and a stone statue, a projection,
What was that
and a
movie, The
drow.
Magnificent Five, and they were like 5 for all of 10 minutes?
Yeah,
or
that was
something?
the Vicious Five, the Killer Five, or something like that. There.
And he
Yep.
dies in like the first 5 minutes. They're like,
Yeah,
well,
it
we're down to
takes
4.
70 minutes for them to gather up from their single stories, and it's 72 minutes there are 4 of them alive, and in 75 minutes there are 3 of them alive.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, we're going for initiative for some reason.
Uh-oh.
I reckon I'd try to calm him down.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Johnny is ready to get in the mosh pit.
Ah, shit, I forgot.
Oh, Grayson's faster though.
Enhance your comm, John Spartan.
I have it. Yeah, we're over here.
You mentioned you were going to try to stop them, so I assume.
Well, are they actively marching on the place or just chanting in the square?
It's this. They are. Yeah, they are going to the front doors, hammering at them, calling for the guards to hand over the beast. And you also see some of them with crossbows, actually.
Well,
Oh, great.
I mean, we could always send.
Sickles, knives. They're serious about
I mean,
this.
we could always send them off to Vokstag and Grinds. They'll probably get
And,
mauled by the dog, but that might help their fucking mannerisms a bit.
There are about 70 of them.
I think we can do this.
Easily. Yeah, like
10 for each.
It's a case of I like, nice adventures. I like to help people when I can. Try to be a good man. Fuck this city.
They wanted a fire. Didn't you say something about a certain ball or something, Grayson?
They don't want a fire. They want someone to fucking burn alive in front of them. Up in that fucking man.
So, is there access to the courthouse? Could we enter it, or are they surrounding it?
No
I
point of
see
going in.
I see the mob in the middle there, and then there's the courthouse, and there's a back alley there. So, could we just sneak into the courthouse?
Did we want to try to talk? At least get him away from the courthouse for now. We have work to do.
Yeah, I suppose I could
Well,
always...
that's why I'm asking about our options here. Is like, is it possible to sneak in, or do we have to go through these people?
You said the mob was like 70 people.
It all grouped
Yeah,
up.
but a building is big. It might not be surrounded. That's the question that I
No,
still
I think
haven't
he's
gotten
asking
answered.
more how many people fit within the radius of a fireball.
Okay, I guess we're inside.
I
have
mean,
no
you're
idea.
not way off, but my next question was how many hit points does the average commoner have?
Not enough. Oh, that's okay. That's probably a better idea, actually. Yeah,
I could just,
Yeah, make a few drop.
sleep on it.
maybe upcast. I guess I don't know.
Is
do you have,
Fred
35?
muted? I don't know.
Probably.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what
was
were your
muted.
answers during all that?
Basically, I was moving you over to the courthouse map to show you that it is not that huge.
Okay, but I guess the salient point was, is the
Yeah.
mob in front of the courthouse or surrounding?
It's surrounding and trying for a way to get in. So
Okay.
basically, you can see here there are 3 entrances, and that's mainly where they are gathering. Well, actually, mainly the front entrance would be inside at this point. That's the ground floor, and that's yeah, that's about the only way to actually get inside where the beast is.
I actually have an idea. So, if Grayson puts some of them to sleep and we get their attention, if they want blood, Johnny could offer, he's coming at a retirement fight. He already has a challenger. Come see blood there. You maybe try lure them blood for blood.
I think unless you lure them right here, right now, and start fighting in the public square, this is not going to assuage their interest in
Hang on,
storming the
I'm
building.
having a wee
What
think
if he's
here.
around here?
Just going through all my memories of various stories that have blood for blood in them. Thinking of the end, the endings all seem to go the same way. Actually, now that I think about it, it's not good. No, Johnny, no.
Well, I'm already retired. It's the worst that could happen.
You'd kill these people.
No. I mean, I'll fight the half orc who wants to fight me right now.
Oh, him.
He wants to distract them with a spectacle.
Do you show
But I don't-
yourselves, actually? Do you draw attention to yourself?
I mean, we'd probably be walking square. I'd be at least looking around for the orc at this point.
My suggestion would be let's try to bluff our way through, claiming we have new information on the horrid depravities of the beast that must reach the justices. Get on their side for them to let us through.
And make me a perception check, Johnny.
What if they try to steal the evidence from us or something? I mean, who knows?
We're wizards and shit. Start sleeping them.
Fireball over her head.
You do indeed spot the half-orc in the crowd.
So I could fight him right now.
Yeah, he's not actually one of those who seems to be chanting for blood, just standing there, grinning, seemingly waiting for something. Kind of like he's eager for a fight and doesn't really care much about the beast at all.
You really want to just punch his lights out, don't you, Johnny?
I mean, it's been a rough day. I let out some steam.
Alright. As long as you're honest. Alright.
Yeah, I'll take off the knuckles and everything. It'll be a fair fight.
No, I just mean honest in the fact you want to beat the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, he's a little shit. I'll teach him something.
I mean, you know that he has been kind of a beat thug before, even when you knew him, so I wouldn't say he would be fighting fair.
I gotta wear my brass knuckles. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I don't care about your honesty in the fight. I'm asking about the honesty, and you want to fight him. That's why you want to do it. It's not for really a distraction factor.
I wasn't planning on fighting him right at during the trial, but the opportunity has arisen. Again, there's probably a better plan.
Yes.
How do I start this speech? Inbreds, ingrates, and yokels.
I would advise against that.
Sheepfuckers, curb lickers, and ingrates.
I would advise against it.
I'm just trying to make sure everyone's included here, because look at that fucking crowd.
Yeah. While Kelmorn is technically correct, I don't. Use small words. Small words.
I know.
And he's kind of making this motion with his hands, just small.
While Pog is just trying to mingle with the crowd to get through him, huh?
I'm just trying to see if my dice are still garbage.
I mean, the correct answer is yes. They always are. There's no escape.
Yeah, let's see here. Try to get their attention, I suppose. Do we want their attention? How are you all feeling about this?
Let's get their attention.
The worst we have to put him to sleep, but that's fine.
Here, why don't I light you up with some dancing lights, so everybody can actually see us.
I'll have Johnny dance in the background, I guess.
You can see, but while he's saying, how can I get their attention, at no point is he reaching for his trumpet. He's comparing his other instruments, but these fuckers are not getting to hear his trumpet.
Johnny.
No, that's not good.
It's not good at all. I saw very small Johnny on you, Johnny.
Oh, damn it.
Good people of Lepistad, might I have a moment of your time just to have a wee chin wag? You're muted, Bread.
Alright. A couple of them look up, but the vast majority is still chanting and trying to get the guards to give up the beast.
I know one way we can get their attention.
I mean, try my thing.
There's a lot of ways to get their attention as well.
Could try putting a few of them to sleep, make them confused first, then they'll probably look at us.
Right, Sybil, do you have a suggestion beyond these ones who just want to see people fall over and crack their heads?
No,
Only
I
that
was
one
going to
guy.
recommend shooting some flames into the air. That usually gets people's attention.
I mean, hey, I wasn't recommend knocking anybody over as he thumbs through a spell book. Come on.
Sybil, please, something else for these ones.
He's just frantically thumbing through his book.
And he's cracking his knuckles, looking over at the half work. Yeah, go ahead.
Any thoughts, love?
When we need to disperse the crowd?
Well, I was gonna try and reason with him to calm them and all. Point out the fact that every case we've gone to, the beast has not actually been involved. We even slaughtered a creature that killed those poor kids up at the...
But do you
checks the
think
writing
they'd
on his
really
hand.
care?
Hashtag.
But do you think they'd really care?
Some of them would. If we can get a few of them to peel away, eventually they'll lose their ardor.
If anything, I
we
would
can
think it'd make more sense to argue, do you want a fair trial like this? Self-interest gets people more motivated than feel-goodness.
Yeah, but look at these
I don't
fucking...
think I don't think they're capable of putting themselves in someone else's shoes.
Exactly, there's a fucking drop of empathy among these fucking people.
And they're ugly, but they don't look quite like him.
I will say there are about it's that these are the 70 probably worst of those, the most blood.
Well, I mean, if my math is correct, this room is less than 20 feet wide, so...
Well, we're actually outside. He was just showing us this for
Yeah.
demonstrative purposes.
Yeah.
I can't just...
Not while we're in
No,
it,
it's
no.
outside.
Stand right here.
We're outside, honey bun.
All you gotta do is make a save. It's fine.
Also, don't set those ones on fire.
I don't have spell shaping. I'm not Cornelius, okay?
It's a bit more clear. This area here is just empty space now for the purposes of this. Actually,
Why don't we put half of them to sleep?
Because
And
they're
then
looking for...
Killmorn,
They're looking for
you're capable-
any excuse. The moment you start flinging spells at them, they're going to react with violence.
they're gonna be reacting. Make a loud noise, then get their attention fully. Let's try to get this conversation.
That was my idea, but then you promote fire instead. I'm just trying to think of
on
what...
them.
I'm just trying to think of what to say to these fucking worthless bastards. Oh, I've played worse crowds, but then I've also usually kicked them in the face afterwards. I just look at this and think, my Lepidstadt, not a place to raise a family.
No, how much actual courage do you think they have?
I mean, there was that necromancer once. I'm sure he raised a family or two.
Aye, but he was a teacher, weren't he?
Former teacher. Yeah.
Left with a lot of former students.
I mean, yeah, but it did bring the grade point average of the school up, so... Silver lining?
Everyone knows necromantic students are deadheads. That's part of the issue, is just make it... What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to distract them. I'm going to appeal to the better of the characters that they don't have, but the main point is I'm wasting their time. They're going to start getting impatient. They're going to see nothing's going to happen here. We're not even being dealt with by the guard. This is just all a waste of time. I'm just going to go to bed.
You know, have we considered maybe they actually are bringing the beast out right now and they're going to give him to him?
Well, I mean, we see the guard there, so I'm sure we're not doing much.
they are mainly trying to keep them out of the court. by keeping the doors barred.
Are we still trying to get Johnny to fight and distract these people?
I mean, that'd be a fun sideshow. I just don't want to get any violence, in the view of these
Yeah.
people, because it'll just stir them up.
If this doesn't work, maybe we'll go for that. But for now, I think this is the best shot. But I'm totally willing to beat the fuck out of that kid.
That child in particular, I'm willing to beat the shit out of him. No, Johnny, the orc. No, that little cunt with a lollipop.
He reminds me of Dylan from back home. That little fuck.
Pick on someone your own size. He's 7-year-old. He is my size. I'm sorry to do this to you, darling. As he pulls out his trumpet.
It's fine.
Grayson plugs his ears.
Yes, and you
no.
too.
You're speaking of the trumpet.
Well, it's... Yes, I am. Yes, in this case, I am.
That's fine. I can understand. This is not the way the trumpet should be used. But
This is not
it's
the
way-
crowd that deserves to hear it. One note or several. Big toot.
You toot. A
Lewd.
couple more loot. Look
Just-
up.
Well, it's more like one blast of a sustained note.
Yeah. It... About 20 of those.
Well, here we go. Good people of Lepistat. Should I identify myself, really? No, I shouldn't. The guilt of the beast has gone into full question at this point. This morning's dealings, the killings of those darling little children up in Harstag. The beast himself completely uninvolved. Instead, they were drained of their life by a horrific, murderous spirit that has now been put to rest, as have their souls. A great injustice has been undone. Likewise, in the swamp village, again, there's no involvement from the beast himself, and we are here to see justice be done. When you want someone put in that, he's trying to say this on his breath, that fucking horrific piece of shit, that punishing man in which you praise your gods and celebrate around him as he burns in front of you. Fucking Christ, this place. You want it to be a man who has been properly, truthfully, and justly sentenced. One whose guilt is without a doubt. Or how would that reflect on the people here? You yourselves may find yourselves up in the court, and you want every strictest rule upheld. To be claimed innocent, if you are. And to not just have it cast aside for the entertainment purposes to fulfill a festival. The culprits will be found. I'm making big fucking claims here.
Alright.
Can I be his plant since I'm from this town? Can I just try to blend in with the crowd and go, yeah?
I suppose you could.
It's okay.
I'm
I'll
the
send in the
plant.
locals. I'll send in Grayson and I'll send in Jeff.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say
Jeff will be
so I
among
can
the
kinda blend
crowd
in with
going,
the crowd,
yes, right on, brother.
Start agreeing with Kelmore and seeing if I can get people to.
I, a homeowner in this town, agree with this man's opinions.
If I stand Johnny 2 on my shoulders, can he look tough
I'm
and try
part of
to
the
stay behind you?
aristocracy. You can
Mm.
trust me.
Yeah, that's good. That would count as aid, so you can roll with advantage.
Okay. I really should have just went with the pig fuckers line instead and roll intimidation.
Hmm. 19 is pretty good.
Pig fuckers, curb lickers, assholes. Come at me, brah.
And
Then-
Grayson's just sitting in the crowd.
and
making
then Grayson
the
uses the
cutthroat noise.
fireball.
No. Stop. What are you doing?
You do see that some of your words reach a couple of them. As around a dozen start to move off.
So what's with the...
Yeah, if we did that, we'd be no better than the beast. I should not have said that. I should not have said that. Yeah.
Yeah, about a dozen of them start to disperse.
People like this, all will do is commit highly efficient and successful mob justice. Wait a minute. No, hang on.
Shit.
I mean, look at us. With all of this and only a few guards, it's not like they can arrest all of us, but we shouldn't commit crimes.
I hate being... He's cursed with being technically correct. He can't say anything.
The best kind of correct.
Yeah. As a member of the university, we all just...
Some of them do scream back, so like, who cares? One like him, he must have done something. He must have killed people.
You're the one waving torches. Like he's trying to hold it back, but he's just saying, you're the one fucking waving torches and pitchforks. If anyone's a violent fucker, it's you. Where's your wife today? Is she just hiding her black eye from walking into a door?
At this point...
Again, Grace making the whole cut.
Like he's just holding it all back. He's just ready to let these people fucking have it.
You just see, if you look at him, you see him mouthing, "What are you doing?"
At this point, the half-orc Borok steps forward and calls out, I know these people. Those are the ones defending the beast.
Oh,
And?
thanks.
And that indeed does get a reaction from the crowd, as some of them start to get real pissy.
Yes, because I am in fact the defense lawyer for this case, because I see a man in his eyes. He speaks softly, a little bit uncoordinated. But he deserves every right to be defended fairly, without prejudice, as all of you should be, as anyone who comes into the great city of Lepidstadt.
Tough it out.
He can't say it.
Well, he deserves to get a beating, and I'll be glad to give it to him. Unless one of you wants to volunteer first. And he gets closer.
This kid doesn't know about merchandising. See, we gotta sell tickets to this fight.
Just gonna point out this gentleman here is is one of the men of a ring, a brawler, and all he's doing right now is angling for a rematch with my friend Johnny here, who once put him on his knees before a few times, as an expert fighter.
Did knock
And
down the world
otherwise.
champion one time, knocked him down. He went down, he got back up, but he did go down.
His anger and stirring up of his crowd is merely to serve his own ego, for getting a display here right now. And that's all you want. You're distracting from these people's justifiable rage to serve your own ego.
Now, what does it matter? They want the beast's blood. I just want a good fight.
Well, I give you a chance. Johnny, go fucking hit him.
No, kid, here, bend down. Let me hear you for a second. Here, let me tell you something. You know, I'm an old man. I'm telling you as a man. There are things more important than fighting. There's one thing, and that thing is money. Now, come on. Are we going to fight right now, or are we going to sell some tickets and make bank? We'll go 50-50 split on the money, yeah?
And you take a dive in
I
round
told you
4.
to come fight yesterday. You bailed. Like the
I
coward
told-
you are.
I told you I wasn't going to be there. You're just bad at listening, bro. I'm trying to make you some cash.
Johnny. We'll go
You're
and get
just a
bets from
sniveling.
the crowd. We'll take all of the money.
Ooh.
They're going to be betting
Fuck 'em, yeah.
against you.
This scene is happening while in the background you can see with the audio cut, Kelmorn is continuing to appeal to the crowd and try to talk them down about this. And then it's just, cut to the
Grayson
camera, it's just
somehow
Vislut
cast a dampening
scheming.
field on the pedestal, and he's still trying to talk.
You might have to go for a sleep spell. We'll see.
So it's like Forrest Gump, and then we plug it in, and that's all I have to say about this court case.
It's just all the attention on the scene is currently on them. He's gone like Charlie Brown teacher.
No, that's
But
just
yeah.
your trump. You have a mute on your trumpet.
Oh no, he has played them a single note, and that's all we're fucking getting.
It was the brown note. Make a
You just get
constitution
one, and you
save.
don't even deserve that.
The problem is, even the player has to. No one is protected.
Yeah. But basically, a couple of them are still rather adamant about dealing with the beasts right now, while a couple others do seem to want to see Borok fight them, or try to poke the defense, poke some holes into the defense, quite literally.
Okay.
But I mean, is he not going to respond to the offer of great amounts of money?
Yeah, he did respond to that. He didn't really care.
He just
Oh,
wants
what
to
a
try and
bitch.
hit you.
I want to
Yeah.
make money off this stupid asshole.
I use thaumaturgy to make my voice bellow. You want some blood, but what's good? What's wrong with having an appetizer? Let them fight.
I have a fucking crown of Pharasma.
Okay, I
Should
guess I can
we-
fight this guy.
Should we try
We
and
could just-
intimidate them?
No, we want to get them distracted, and then while this is going on, we can get around.
But that's just going to delay the problem.
Yeah, but then we'll be inside, and it's much more defensible.
I mean, do we like the idea of trying to put the rest to sleep? I mean, we can get probably a good chunk of them.
Those we could deal with those when
Mhm.
half the crowd is distracted watching you.
The moment you do a single thing against them, some are going to run, but the others are just going to be inside it. And then we've got the problem of we started the fight with, and the guards will notice that.
Hey, I mean, it's a perfectly sanctioned contest. It's not.
No.
And currently the crowd is the part who throws torches at the courthouse building.
Yeah, we are allowed to do stuff to them. They're trying to literally burn down the courthouse.
Yes, they are. These are gone. But yes,
It's a bad look,
they,
but I think we'd
they-
be legally fine.
they
Yeah,
have
I mean-
started the fight at the moment
Alright.
with the courthouse.
Yeah.
The courthouse is just not very good at fighting.
Yeah, if we can distract like half of these, put like a third of them to sleep, and then get by, that's gonna be fine. You know, we're
Well,
not
we could
gonna
put a bunch to sleep
be-
and then scare them away, probably. And then they'll be nursing a grudge for tomorrow.
Oh
But
no!
there's no reasoning with this fuckers, you're right. I've really tried, haven't I? I was able to get through that speech without vomiting. Mr. Pog, Grayson, respectively, I hate your fucking city.
Good street fights.
Well, we'll see. One's about to break out.
Right.
Why do
so
we have to deal with the
are we
actual-
doing
Oh,
this?
Grayson's the only one that's a
It's
born here local. I'm
You
pretty sure.
little rock maggot.
Right, you're gonna get your face kicked in by my mate Johnny here.
We'll see about that.
Right, people,
can
you
do
want to
as
see a
crowds, I guess.
spectacle of violence to quell the beast that is rolling around within yous? Here begins our fight. We have Johnny, the stone carved, against this fucker. Who cares?
I was a higher rank than him.
What?
And now we watch Johnny
Not
get the
anymore.
piss torn out of him.
Yeah.
That is the point where we'll end the session.
yep. It is bedtime.
Ah, well.
I'm gonna have to pull out all the stops and definitely cheat to kill this guy.
We're gonna kill a lot of people in a moment.
Are we gonna kill this guy? Or I mean, technically, if we can get around, sleep some, and get inside the courthouse, you could just swap with fake Johnny.
Oh, that'd be so fucking mean.
I honestly think we could probably scare them all away. Most mobs are just headed by cowards with groups backing them up. The fact that they're a nameless face.
Yeah, like that's the. It's just was trying to do the diplomatic thing of just fuck off, people. You're not gonna get what you want today. You're not gonna
Well,
get
you
any
also
other
gotta-
day either.
Well, you also could have told them that like burning down the courthouse would also kill a bunch of their, town mates.
They don't care about that.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, they
I
don't mind being
I don't
burned
think
next
that would-
year?
In
Well,
their
no,
minds, they're
what-
defending a mass murderer,
Yeah,
which
like,
makes them even more horrible.
These are
We're
also
only-
people who could never see themselves in the place of another person. They are the exception.
yeah. The standard
Yeah.
line is like, we're not going to burn down the courthouse if they bring amounts to us. It's all on the person, on the evil officials protecting a murderer.
Yeah, those
If
are
they-
not the representatives of the town, but the scum, basically.
Yeah, these are not protesters. These are rioters.
Yeah.
Oh god, they play League of Legends. Ugh.
Mm. Oh well.
I'm just saying, just let me stand up there, shoot burning hands into the air, people will run away.
That drow
Good
cast
idea,
fire at us.
pyrotechnics.
Get him!
Yeah.
It's pyrotechnics
Yeah.
for the fight. It's
Put
actually
them
a good
into
idea.
more fire!
Could we convince
Or
them that
alternatively,
the guards are not keeping them out, but keeping the beast away from them?
Yes, imply that the beast is actually violent and dangerous. Good job.
Yes, which one of you wants to step close first to the beast? Experience those big hands that break through walls.
You know what?
Which one of you wants to stand next to him? Hear
Alright,
the
I've got a s-
bones cracking.
Well,
I don't think you're helping our case.
No, I've got a simpler idea. Got a simpler idea for next time. Ilfrin, you sneak into the middle of a crowd, turn into a bear.
I can't.
What good are you as a druid?
Wait, what do you mean?
I've
You're an
used my wild shape for the day, and then I used my spirit.
You must
I'm
have
out
two
of-
wild shapes by now.
I do have
Which
to.
one of
I
you
used-
wants to cuddle
I
up
used
against
to.
the beast? Which one of you wants to feel his gentle caress? Which one of you wants to be the
Johnny,
little
wrestle an
spoon?
invisible bear.
Which one of
The
you wants to be
half-orc.
swung around by the leg like a club?
No. It's not called Little Spin anymore. It's now known as jetpacking.
Yeah. The problem is I only have two wild shapes. I
Alright.
used one to summon my spirit, and then I was a spider earlier in the day.
Okay. Just have
Short
Jeff
rest.
walk over them.
Did we all get a short rest in that pit?
We did.
Or
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh well,
You
time
know,
to hit the button.
I'm almost max, but can somebody top me off on health?